All right, guys, welcome back for another edition, not so wet this week, edition of Nighttime. And as usual, the Gaz man.
How are you?
Bit cold tonight.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, man, look out. Wardrobe malfunction.
The more you clap.
Settle down.
Have you noticed it went really quiet?
Yeah.
It went really quiet.
Okay, sit down, audience. Sit down, relax.
I'm glad I didn't say they have a beautiful Gary. Anyway, joining us also, they have a beautiful crazy lady.
I'm leaving it on.
Doesn't matter how much you clap.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's later. Jason, back again, mate.
Yeah, popular demand, so back for another week.
Hey, good to have you.
Thank you.
On the Winners Lounge.
Winners Lounge, yeah, better than last week.
I think we're all on the Winners Lounge.
Thanks to the buy.
Yeah.
Can I just say off the bat, like both my parents watched last week's show. They haven't seen it before, and they sat through the whole thing. My dad's a Cronulla supporter, and he wanted to know why I didn't speak about Cronulla last week, especially beating Canberra 40-0. And I said I didn't want to speak about Cronulla beating Raiders 40-0, but he said we need to mention they're playing superb, and I said I'm not using that word, so I'll try.
Shout out to your dad anyway, and up Cronulla.
It hurts when your team gets flogged.
At home, yes.
Does he give it to you, Buck?
A little bit.
Well,
He makes sure he does. Yeah. So,
yeah, nothing like it.
Shout out to Dad.
thanks, Dad.
Up Cronulla. And, we're going to do a little bit back to front here this week, but we're going to, we've got to, we're waiting for the Elliott to come through. So we will start off with what caught my eye this week, guys.
Ow, my eye! Ow, ow!
And start off with Gaz.
What caught my eye, Jack Bird celebrated his 150th game on his jersey he wore for that game, and it had details including the opponents, and it was embroidered like this. Jack Bird, 150 NRL games, Sharks v Dragons. Dargons, sorry.
Yes.
I haven't got the last one.
Spelling mistake.
Wonder who done that. I've got a second one here. I clipped out of the paper. What caught my eye? Well,
Do they still sell papers?
They do. I wrote it down on toilet paper. We're always talking about the bad things, and there's some good things that come out of it. It's a bit about Parramatta, so you can shut down while I talk.
Jason.
Yeah, I've got
A Parramatta Eels fan drove from Windsor to Brookvale last weekend to the match against Manly and the Sea Eagles. He got there and it was sold out. The fan noticed Eel star Dylan Brown about to walk in and went up and told his story to him, what happened. Dylan Brown rang the officials inside the venue and organised a free ticket for him.
Yeah, good on him.
That's good.
Nice, and you've just given some people some ideas on how to get in the game.
Exactly. Well done, Dylan.
This is
You only hear the bad stuff, you don't hear some of the good stuff
No,
that
that's
comes
right.
out.
True. It's nice to hear that.
Yeah, it was. And while we're on the nice stuff, I'll shout out to Mitch Barnett. I was standing there at the game the other day and,
Standing.
standing there and
Next to the tunnel, because
Yes.
Dean likes the tunnel.
Likes the tunnel.
a bit of punching. Anyway, I haven't seen Mitch for a while and he remembered me. He said, hey, Smith, I haven't seen you for a while. Come over and had a chat and I spoke to him about coming on. So he said he's very keen to come on soon. So
Waiting for it.
We'll have Mitch Barnett on soon. And I'll tell you what, you won't get a nicer bloke. Like, he didn't have to say anything to me other than you guys. Yeah. And, for him to go, I haven't seen him for ages, mate. And, a lot more mates. I thought a lot of respect for that. And
Yep.
good on him.
Yep.
They don't have to, but it just shows that they do have an appreciation for their fans. No matter what club they're at, they're still. So, good on him.
It's all about the league, that's why.
Kylie.
I've got three.
Holy.
Because I can. The first one is Ben Hornby, the interim coach for South. They obviously lost 42-12. He lost 42-12 to Penrith in both his NRL debut games as a player and a coach. Not only that, Mark Geyer came off the bench for Ben's NRL debut as a player, and Mav Geyer came off the bench for Ben's first stint as the South coach. So some stats there.
There is, eh?
Gotta love coincidence.
Yes.
Sure.
My second one is Sharks game on Sunday afternoon. Besides all the water on the field and it looking like a swimming pool, there was a shot from the camera that showed a fence sign. It said poo cleaner. There was a misplaced speaker that was covering the L, so it looked like poo cleaner.
It did look, yeah.
I've got a photo of it.
Crap, eh?
But they're the type of things too that you love too. It brings a bit of humour and fun to the game. So good on it. And if anyone else sees anything like that out there, send it in to us. It's good.
And lastly, all three May brothers scored a try on the weekend. So Tyrone, Talon and Terrell all scored a try for their teams.
And what date was it? Was it May? 1st of May?
No.
Huh.
It was May, but it wasn't the first.
I thought, the first one might have scored on the 1st of May.
Penrith were the first team to win in May.
Good, interesting stat there.
You got anything about Parramatta winning? Or
No.
They won the bye.
Yes. Just.
I was a bit
The second half was,
I was
Yeah.
worried about the second half.
Yeah.
Jason.
I had 3, but I cut one out. So, so David Fafita in talks with Panthers, Dragons and Roosters. They reckon he'll go to the Panthers.
Who
I reckon Roosters.
isn't in talks with the Roosters?
I'll tell you who is. I found out today, Dane Gagai,
Yes.
in talks with the Roosters. He's off contract at the end of this year with the Knights.
I think he would prefer to stay at the Knights, but I don't think the Knights are
The
not
Knights will miss
interested.
him.
I don't know why South haven't made another play for him. His brother's there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it, but why do the Knights let all the good players go? Caitlin Johnson.
That was my second point, yeah.
Oh,
Sharks, yeah.
My bad.
You proceed.
That's right.
Okay, go to your third one now.
Oh, the one I scrubbed, yeah. Okay, so Wayne Bennett talks with South. They were initially looking at 2 to 3 years. Want to bump that up to 5.
5?
Yep.
That'll see him out.
That's a bit optimistic.
No, it won't.
I was gonna say something, but I
he's a career coach. He'll just keep
That's
going
what I
until
mean.
he
That'll
drops.
see him out.
You reckon?
How old is he?
In his
88.
80s.
He'd be hitting 80 by the end of that. Easy.
He still looks better than... Oh, I shouldn't say that. Clint,
He's sitting next to you.
Clint Eastwood. They're about the same age, aren't they? And they strike a bearing resemblance. Not you.
I think Clint Eastwood's a bit older, but yeah. But
Poor
apparently Wayne Bennett's like fit as.
Yeah.
Like he does all
He
the...
doesn't look in
He
his
does
80s.
all the pre-season tests
That's
and
the
everything.
ticket to it.
kills
But Kylie's dad's as fit as a fiddle too. And Gaz, that's when you're getting older in life, they keep fit.
Yeah, but they might look fit, but do you feel fit?
Nah, but it's hats off to people like that. They just keep going in life. And
Yeah.
Yeah, good on them. Little dragon for you, mate. So is that...
That'll do me.
I won't cut you
You
off
can,
now.
you can
No, it's
proceed with Caitlin Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a surprise to see that.
Yes.
We knew
same.
about it a few weeks ago, but it wasn't
I thought it was just crap.
PC, and
Yeah.
we didn't say anything, but it turns out,
She's a big loss.
apparently Knights
Massive
didn't
loss. Yeah.
offer her a contract.
She's the best player.
100%.
Best
I mean,
player.
I know we've got to wrap up
Upton.
to make her up to,
Yeah.
100% agree, but without these Caitlin Johnsons and stuff, she can't do anything.
She goes hard every game.
That's hard. Well, that's coming from a junior club's window. So you've got to play tough.
And she's Newcastle born. We're letting these Newcastle...
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
There's got to be a bit going on for her to move. There's a bit
They
more
just-
than what's
Any
been
idea
let
where
on.
she's going?
Just didn't offer her a contract. They said she wasn't needed.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's the
It's
news
written
I'm
in the
hearing.
contract.
They must have someone better coming. Which she's the best.
Elsie
She's the
Albert?
best front rower in the women's comp
100%.
by
100%.
a country mile.
And I tell you what, like, people say Millie Boyle's good. She shat all over Millie Boyle. And no offense to Millie, Millie's a good player and that, but Caitlin Johnson was hands down the best front row. Did she win front row of the year last year?
I think she did.
Yeah,
And
say no more.
she's good for the young ones to look up to because
That's right.
she's not fake. Like she's all woman and yeah.
That other girl too, Petterborn. Her and Johnson made a, they were like the Bash sisters, like the Bash brothers. They were,
Caitlin Johnson, if you had to compare her to a men's player, past or present,
Fisher Harris.
Glenn Lazarus.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
No, I think she plays just
Yeah, no, you're
just
right.
as tough.
Yep.
No, I reckon she
attacking
hits harder.
defence.
I reckon she hit harder than Glenn Lazarus. To be
Yeah.
honest, yeah,
Yeah.
no, she's.
I wouldn't want
Glenn.
either of them running at me.
No.
Oh, no, I know what you mean, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, move on because I could get cranky about this. But what caught my eye? How many do you have?
3.
3.
How many do you have?
Oh, 16.
Well, I've got 5.
I only had 2.
Anyway, these will be short and sweet. Well, I'll try to. Jai Arrow was sin bin. As he walked off, he was mouthing to a few of the Penrith players, giving them a verbal spray. As he was walking off, sounds like he was should have been given his own team a spray for being lazy, but he was saying to the Panthers, losers or something. He's all effing losers.
I know who the loser was that night. It wasn't Penrith.
Yeah. Why?
Sore loser.
Yeah.
You've been sent to the bin
Hmm.
and you're calling someone else losers.
Yeah.
But how's that?
keep
Okay,
walking.
you're going to come back on. If I'm on Penrith and he's that me, like he's got
It's
a target on him.
Yeah, massive target.
Oh.
You want to make a point of
Mm.
getting
A
him for what he
week,
said.
a week or two back, I was going to bring it up. When they get sin bin, as soon as he goes like that,
They should have to go.
jog off.
Jog off.
Jog off.
But do you
Not
know
this
why?
walking and.
Do you know
walking
why
around
they do
the-
it?
Why?
To give their team a breather.
Breather, yeah.
Remember,
It's
a couple of years,
gamesmanship.
remember a couple of years back, Cameron Smith got sin bin and he walked to the sideline and stopped.
Yes. Was that a Cronulla?
It was.
Mm.
Yeah.
Up, Cronulla.
I think it was a year after Cronulla beat them in the grand final.
Mm. I do remember that one. Got massive. That was the first time we've been
Ever,
Yeah.
Everybody was shocked.
Mm.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on. The ridiculous 20 grand fine Gus Gould cop for speaking the truth. How he's now taking legal action. You know what? Good on him.
Good on him.
Because all he said was his feeling and what everyone else was thinking. And he's a reporter. He's supposed to report on the game.
But he's still affiliated with the
Okay.
club.
Latrell Mitchell.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. It's one rule for one and one for the others.
That's what I mean. I'm sorry, but it's time for Landy's and his little puppet. Time to go because they're ruining the game.
20 grand's just a bloody $2 coin.
But it's not the point. The whole point is
So cool.
Latrell Mitchell wasn't supposed to say this and he wasn't supposed to say that and wasn't supposed to get involved with that. And they just.
Because
it
you're
on the carpet.
racist if you say anything.
Exactly.
But Gould didn't say anything. He just said you're ruining the game. It's what everyone's thinking. And he's got a point, you know.
You can just turn around and say, well, that's my journalist hat, not my club hat. My club hat.
Well, that's right. He
Yeah.
wasn't acting on behalf of the club
No,
then. He was a
on a
journalist.
show being a, yeah.
Okay, if I'm Buzz Ralphfield and I say that, do I get fined?
Yeah.
No, I don't. You know, I just bunch of bullshit.
Take a breath.
Anyway,
Count to 10. 9, 10.
you notice Garfield's not here tonight.
I did
Yeah.
notice, yeah.
This could be him.
Tip him over the edge.
I think this was him on the weekend. Ronald McDonald took a tumble as he was leaving the field at half time on Sunday. Right in front of us it was. His butt would have been sore and his pride and his wig fell off too.
Some work for the independent doctor at halftime. He's studying this video of this incident during the halftime entertainment. Ooh, he hits the ground heavy, doesn't he? Poor old Ronald knocked his head off.
HIA.
What's Fatty doing out there? Anyway, that was halftime entertainment.
Yeah. Paul Ronald or Garfield. I'm not sure who it was yet because I haven't seen him.
Hang on, Ronald McDonald wears a wig.
Yeah. Imagine if
so.
Portia was a bit younger, though. She would have freaked out that Ronald's
Imposter!
hair fell off.
Ronald!
But yeah,
Oh, the cheeseburger.
he, in the words of when you stack it, he ate shit big time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm still the jury's out. I think it's Garfield. So
But his bum and his pride would have been hurt.
it was funny, but especially
Is that why he's not here tonight?
yeah, I'm thinking so. Oh, he's got a sore anus. Not going there. Anyway, Storm and Titans game. The Titans player Phil Sami scored but didn't ground it as he lost control. The bunker awarded it, and the face of him when he saw it was awarded. It was just pure joy as he didn't think he would have been allowed, and he's just like, "Oh, I love it."
Yeah, the look on his face.
It's like he won lotto.
It was hilarious.
But that's gold too. Yeah, the bunker.
Because it bobbled.
Are you surprised the bunker? Wrong decision, but it was hilarious, his reaction. So anyway, another quick one. Tootle, being Tootle as he is, Brian Tootle. Dylan Edwards managed to get the ball out of the in goal and ran up, tapped it, and
Ran straight through.
and May just went through them all. And Edwards was running up because he knew he was scoring, and Tootle's just
Yeah.
on his head all the way up top. But I'll tell you what,
Cheeky bugger.
I'm going to do my damnedest and I'm going to try. If it means the last thing I do this year, I'm going to get Brian Tootle on the show.
Just pretend you're homeless and sit outside his shopping centre.
I'm going to do...
What are all these blokes and Sheilas with cameras?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to get Brian Tootle on the show by the end of the year.
Wait till you go in the car park at one of the games, tell them it's sold out, you need a ticket.
Yeah.
I've got ideas.
Works apparently.
I'm an ideas man. And, yeah, because I'll tell you what, just sitting there for half an hour, I think you'd be in stitches.
Yep.
Let
him open up.
Is there a funnier man in the game?
He might even sing a song for you.
Oh, speaking of singing songs, I'll get there in a minute. Tell me why. Greg Marju on the weekend.
Is this another what caught my eye?
Yeah, another what caught my eye. I love it. Oh,
Six.
anyway, we're talking to him and he was giving Kylie a bit of flack.
No,
at him
he
and
was
her.
standing there talking to you and I'm standing there going, you look good in black.
And he's, giving it back. But, I can't remember where I was going now. But, yeah.
How he could sing
Yeah, how he could sing.
and dance.
Yeah, we gave him one of our show shirts with him on it. And he was so humbled and taken back by it.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Good.
So.
Good.
Anyway.
Get a selfie.
Yeah. Let's go to Night of the Round, starting with Gaz.
Dane Gagai. 9 tackle breaks, 1 line break, 19 tackles and 127 metres gained. Still got it, hasn't he?
Yes, he
does.
has.
Yeah, I've got him as a special mention, but I've got Tyson Gamble.
Oh,
Insert the love hearts. He just had another blinder. Plus, I'm told to say that.
stop it.
Jackson Hastings. Excellent attack, strong kicking game. It's probably the best I've seen him play all year. Also got 6 Dalian points. So
Wow.
Well, I got 2 because I can. And I find it hard to pick between those 2. Tyson Gamble had a blinder. I fell.
Imagine my surprise.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah,
And also Leo Thompson. Surprise, surprise, never let you down.
another heart. Yep.
13 hit-ups, 27 tackles and 107 metres gained, and he still had a fair bit on the sideline too. So more time. Like, the bloke just doesn't let you down. Every week he's just bang, bang, bang. And I'm going to have 2 special mentions because they needed it. Brody Jones.
Oh, yeah?
Brody Jones had an exceptional game coming off the bench. And, yeah, happy birthday, Broads. Brody's birthday yesterday. So, happy birthday, champion. And Adam Elliott played really well. So, that's my Knights of the Round. But, yeah, we might take a short break and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. It's time for the week that was, and joining us back again out of the sick bed. Elliott, how are you, champion?
Yeah, much better. How are you guys?
Mate, pretty good, especially after that win.
Yeah, I think the most satisfying part is 2 weeks in a row, 2 potent attacking sides have kept to bugger all, to be honest. So, I think we're weirdly a very good wet weather footy team, to be honest with you, and proved against the Dragons, and then again against the Warriors. I reckon Adam O'Brien would be pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if it's not wet up there in Tamworth, I've arranged for a few sprinklers to be taken up.
Yeah, I think so. I think either just put some, water and mud on the boys or something so they think they're in the wet. But, I think with everything against them, with all the pundits saying we were going to get flogged the last 2 games, to do what they've done, doesn't matter if it was ugly at times, is, pretty impressive.
Too easy, mate. We'll get into it. First off, mate, the Rabbitohs 12 went down to the Penny Panthers 42. Not a bad game there for some of us, that's for sure.
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot of Knights fans that probably empathise a little bit with South Sydney situation because we've seen similar seasons at Newcastle in the not too distant past. It's dire straits there at the moment. I'm gutted for Jai Gray's injury for a couple of reasons. Obviously, for the young kid, you don't want to see him get hurt, but also I was really interested to see whether they were going to shift Latrell back to the centres and keep Jai there. Obviously, dry out, force their hand a bit. Latrell will go back to fullback this week. But, probably the less said about South Sydney, the better.
Yeah, true. I was really impressed with the young kid, and if he wasn't injured, I'd would hope that he kept his spot because he deserves it.
Just made the decision easy for the coach.
It has. But Panthers just show, why they're still a premiership threat, I suppose, too. With Cleary out, they still managed to, run away with it in the end.
Yeah, I think the biggest testament to Penrith is they never panic, and then I reckon the best example was that grand final last year where Ezra Mann went nuclear on them, and they just had a whole bunch of points scored, but they revert back to their system, but they bailed out seems like a nasty term. It's not. They seem to have always someone there ready to bail them out, someone ready to stand up, and they did it again. They go down 12-0 early. They don't panic, but they fall back into their shape and their system. And I actually thought Brad Schneider had a great game filling in again for Nathan Cleary. So, yeah, they're, like you said, they'll be right up there again.
No, they were... I rate that Schneider. I really do. I think he's going to be...
We shouldn't have let him go.
Is he going to the Titans, I hear? Is that correct?
He's not. He hasn't signed anywhere that I'm aware of just yet. But he's actually a North Queensland kid. Went to the Raiders for a bit, and then overseas, and then Penrith snapped him up. He's certainly a good backup half. Whether he could prove himself as a week in, week out 7 or 6 is yet to be seen. But I reckon there's be a few clubs that would be interested. Titans would be one.
Yeah, 100%.
Would he fill in for Luai?
The chances are he could probably play 5'8". He's a half chance, but
maybe.
You'd want to give yourself that opportunity to, if you're a half to play alongside arguably probably the best player in the game at the moment, being Nathan Cleary. You'd probably jump at that opportunity, but I can't see why not. But yeah, Fisher Harris is going to be a huge loss for him next year. So, what's your word? Do you know of where what's his name's going to sign?
Fafita.
So we spoke about this today. I spoke to a couple of people close to him at the Titans. Look, I don't know anything for sure. Everyone is saying that if he's to go, which it's looking likely, it makes sense for him financially, and also why would you not go to a contender? If he's to go, I believe Penrith are in the lead for his signature, which, to be honest, just as a rugby league fan, the idea of him in the same team as your Clearys is to have him on one side and Liam Martin on the other will be the best, edge back rowers in the competition. That'd be a pretty exciting lineup. I think he'd be crazy not to go.
Yeah, I was sitting there looking at it too and thought, the Roosters are a good club, as everyone knows, but there's something about Penrith. Exactly, this is why they won the last 3 years in a row. That would, dangle a carrot and you would want to.
There's something about Penrith for the last few years. Before that, it was something about the Roosters for a few years. Before that, it was something about
Melbourne.
some other team. Melbourne. You had, everyone else. So
it's the Krispy Kreme donuts.
It's a generation thing in a window.
And it's going to hurt when it's not about Penrith anymore.
Yeah.
No, because it'll be about the Knights.
I might have to take some leave.
No, you'll be right.
My pillow.
Anyway, moving on. The Seagulls 24 went down to the Raiders 26. Hats off to the Raiders. They deserve this win.
I don't know why he sounds.
Yeah, not in a million years did I see that result, and particularly with the way the game started. Manly were doing it in a canter, and they were so gritty. The Raiders, Elliott Whitehead, one of his best performances ever at the back end of his career. Just put the team on his back, pulled the flick pass out of nowhere that Benji would have been proud of as well. A couple of tries. I thought they were outstanding, and given how young their spine is as well, that Ethan Strange and Kyle Weeks had easily his best game in his short NRL career. They were outstanding to come back the way they did. On the other side of the ledger, Manly are way too good a side on paper to give up a lead like that. I think the most interesting game of this weekend is actually Manly Dolphins, first up on Thursday, because I've got no idea which way that goes.
Flip of the coin.
Well, Whitehead got 6 Dalian points for that game.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yeah, deserved that too.
I was just looking today. So the Raiders completed at 87% in wet conditions.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah.
Big.
I tell you who I've been impressed with too is since coming to the Raiders is Danny Levi.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I liked him at the Knights, but when it went to the Eagles and, you know, sort of fell off a little bit, he went overseas for a bit and come back, and under Ricky's, you know, showing the potential that he always had.
Well, there's him and Tom Starling are keeping Zach Wolford out of the conversation, and he wanted to leave. Zach Wolford wanted to leave, and Raiders wouldn't let him go. So I don't know why.
Hosking was a good pickup.
Hosking's a great pickup, and he was playing sensational before he got injured.
I was spewing we let him go.
What's the word on the injury with Hosking? How long's that for?
6 months.
He did his collarbone, I think it was, because he did it in that game we called against the Titans. So I think he's done.
Pretty sad, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as Adam Reynolds, which we'll get into next. Yeah, so the Raiders going, that was a huge win for him, and, you know, on the road at Brookie.
Well, they've come from being beaten 40-0 at home to coming back from 20-0 down at Manly to win. So I don't know why. I got no...
Yeah, I suppose I should call it by its proper name. It's always Brookie to me, but 4 Point Stadium, like, it's hard to win there. So done a great job. Broncos, mate, 18, went down to the Roosters, 40.
Who saw that?
Yeah, I didn't see this one
Spencer
either.
Lynn, you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tipped the Roosters before Warrior Hargraves and a couple others were out. When they were out, I don't believe in changing tips. I left it the way it was, but I did think the Broncos would be too strong. And the Broncos we spoke about before, and I reckon this is still the biggest difference between the Panthers and the Kaiser side team, which probably is still Brisbane. The Broncos panicked. They panicked in their attack. They forced it's the worst game I've seen Reece Walsh play in about 3 years. And then even before Reynolds went off with that biceps injury, I still felt like the Roosters were going to be able to hang on because, again, they stuck to their structure, their system. Angus Crichton, you can pencil him in for an Origin jersey now. He's been outstanding the last 6 weeks of footy. And, I mean, I think this weekend I read it's the first time since the 2019 Grand Final that the Roosters are pretty much at full strength. So they're a side that have certainly proven their credentials early. And I know you love him. Connor Watson, probably his best game in the NRL, I thought. He was outstanding.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Connor. I'm a huge fan of Connor. It was, you know, and one of the good guys of the game too. So good to see him back from that terrible injury last year, and killing it. So good on you, Connor. But speaking of players returning this week, Spencer, he's back.
What a shame.
Back.
Spencer.
It's a fair forward pack in this week. As I said, full strength. They got White on the bench too with Terrell May. Connor Watson gets forced back to the bench with Radley coming back. On paper, that Rooster side, you know, if it just needs to click, you know, a 7 out of 10, and they should put a score on the Warriors, who have been a bit hapless the last month of football.
Yes, so it's a scary team to come up against. But, mate, the next one, 22, the Bulldogs over the West Tigers, 14.
That got exciting in the second half.
Yeah, it did. Fire up Big Clem, didn't he?
Yeah, I would have never thought we'd describe, especially let's flashback a year, a matchup between the Bulldogs and the Tigers exciting, but you bang on. Well, I don't know what angry pills Alex Safar keeps taking before every game, but if I'm Benji, I'm throwing those tablets out because he hurts his team more than he helps his team at the moment. Some of his actions ridiculous. Now, I never think, you know, Supercoach points never play a part in someone's actual performance. However, I looked at Supercoach, the app after that game, I think he was -7. I thought, actually, you know what, that's probably fair enough. The headbutt, you know, albeit a little one, was still stupid. It was reckless. The Tigers, obviously, no Aiden Caesar this weekend. That tackle, he's going to miss 4 weeks of footy. I still think they're a better team than, I think they're 2-6 to start the year. I still think they're a much better team than last year, to be honest with you. But, the Doggies, on the other side of it, they're looking pretty good. They're looking like a team that could potentially compete around that, say, 7th to 10th.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the Dogs. I don't think Kylie's real impressive in this week, but...
Now, didn't Ennersley come out and say that Caesar tackle wasn't a hip drop? Is that
not a hip drop, but he's still called it a dangerous tackle, which
right?
I think can be confusing for rugby league fans. It's like, well, if it's not a hip drop, what makes it a dangerous tackle? He says he puts him in a dangerous position, but there's no, obviously, lifting above a horizontal or anything like that. That's why I think there's definitely a blurred line in that. So actually, I think he was a bit stiff to get 4 weeks for it.
It's odd to me that someone will get 4 weeks for that tackle but not be binned.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just on report, not binned, but they get 4 weeks.
Look, I think it's the most confusing the game's ever been in terms of officials' decisions. I think it's the best product we've had on the field in Yonks, but I empathise with the referees. I think it's clear as mud, the rule book at the moment, and I'd love to see more ex-players in the bunker for a bit more common sense on some of the stuff, but
James
might be a pipe dream.
said in the bunker there should be an official, an ex-coach and an ex-player.
Do you know who I'd like to see in the bunker?
And then you've got views from different aspects.
Yes.
Do you know who I'd like to see in the bunker? James Graham.
Yep.
I reckon that the bloke's an absolute champion. He speaks.
Yep.
He's a spade's a spade. He tells it how it is, and he knows the game. And I think he should be in the bunker.
Oh, for sure.
Look, Jimmy Graham, he's part of our Triple M family. You'd have to pay him a pretty penny to get out of the commentary box at the moment, I reckon. But look, Luke Patton was doing it for a bit. But yeah, I'd like to see it and done properly, but find a mix of, you literally need, let's say, 10 ex-players that want to dive into that world. They'd never have to be on-field referees, but they need to be trained up properly, 112% across the rule book. But I can see a world where that could be a thing. And there's just so many times. There was the Phil Sami, I think, try on the weekend. Well, I thought, well, how's that a try? And Happy Coruscant wasn't the week before. It's just, like I said, clear as mud.
Oh, Phil said the same thing. How the hell was that a try?
Did you just those ex-players on the panel?
Yeah, look at they get it wrong, but
Yeah.
so that's like Elliott saying, we've got to get the right mix.
Yes.
But speaking of Jimmy, mate, it must be good working with that bloke. Honestly, I rate the bloke. I think he's a champion, absolute legend of the game, and I love listening to him on the call team or whatever because he just speaks sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best thing I'd say about Jimmy Graham is his prep is meticulous, which you don't often say about a front row or an ex-front row, but he never goes in, wishy-washy. He knows exactly the way he wants to attack a topic or a game. Or we actually called we called the Dolphins game on the weekend with, it was Dobbo, Aaron Woods and Todd Carney. It's the first time I'd heard Todd in the box, let alone worked with him, and he was really good too. I love hearing an ex-half, be able to tear the game apart. I think we'll see more of him, as we've seen, a bit of Piercy on Fox as well. I think some good ex-names that are starting to come through.
Yeah, I did see them too, actually. It was interesting.
Taylor suggested Dale Finucane and Luke Keary.
Well, there's two. Finucane's gone now, but Keary at the end.
Keary, you're bang on. Kyler Keary 100% will be part of the Triple M setup. I know he's already got relationships there, and I think you see on Fox. I'm with you. I think he's a great rugby league brain. I don't know why we haven't seen more of him, to be honest, in the media already. It's funny, if you get a chance, if you haven't, yet, just YouTube, Luke Keary on any of those footy shows. He's such a smart man. I can see why he's had the success he has too.
Well, while you're on there with Dale Finucane, God, the bloke can sing and play a guitar.
Yeah, he can sing. It shocks you too with the gravelly voice that accommodates him. But you're right. He's very talented.
There's your entertainment when you have a break in commentary.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Halftime show.
Yep.
Nah, he's and good on the bloke because obviously he's had to retire early and it's a hard thing for him. But yeah, good on him, legend. Titans. This one was a very surprise package. Titans 20 narrowly went down to the Storm 22. I know it's up there in Queensland, but
I thought it would have been a whitewash.
Yeah.
100%. Pappenhausen went down. He's out for a while, but credit to the Titans. They're coming through with some good footy and really pushing it to a few teams.
Their last 4 games, the Titans, they got the win. They beat the Warriors. And the 3 losses, the 3 last losses have been the Storm by 2 points, Manly by 4 points, and Raiders by 1 point.
Close.
So, no one would have thought the Titans would have
Not
got
that
in
close.
cooey of any of those teams.
Well, I had them for the spoon. I mean, they're still... But, they might surprise a few and towards the end and start coming... Because they're looking all right in some
They're
patches.
already starting to come good. South for the spoon for sure.
Someone put a bet on the Rabbits today, $1,000 at $201
To win the grand final.
to win a grand final.
That's insane.
It's just...
I hope
it's
they
just
got a lot of
chucking
money.
away.
I mean, if it paid off, but I can't really see that happening.
No.
No.
Anyway, got more chance of me walking to Sydney. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Anyway, the Storm. What's the young fullback's name?
Longo. Yeah.
God, he's a sensation, isn't he?
Yeah, the way he propped off his right foot to score that try, it hurt my back watching that. The movement, young kids have apologies. I got excited dogs because their mum's done. The movement from him, I'm actually really excited to watch him this week. As sad as it is seeing Uppy out, he's a really good talent. No Jerome Hughes this week as well. They're actually a little bit light on in halves depth now, the Storm. Young Pezet actually did his ACL in Q Cup a couple of weeks ago, so I think it's Wishart coming into the 6 jersey and Cameron Munster moving to 7.
God, he looks like he's old man, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't he? Right? Yeah, it's a bit an image.
No test needed there.
No. David Fafita for the Titans, 11 tackle breaks.
Oh, that's a lot of people like to have a crack at David Fafita, I think purely because of the money he's on, and he's a different style. He's not your typical back rower, but I honestly think his last 12 to 18 months of footy since Kieran Foran came to that club has been really good. I'd have him in the top 5 back rowers in the game, if not higher. Just the there was a game a couple of weeks ago, I think against Manly, where he pushes the hooker out of dummy half and dives over him 5 metres out just with brute strength. There's just little elements to his game that I still think he's got so much to offer. It's why I'd be so excited to see him obviously at Newcastle, but realistically Penrith to see what he could do.
I think he's a real throwback. Back rower.
Yep.
But as you said, playing some good footy running off for him, what's he going to be like running off Cleary and co?
Yeah, exactly right.
He can be pretty dangerous, really. I mean, we all know Fish is going to be hard to replace, and, obviously bringing someone of that calibre in was probably looking not so bad for Penrith after all.
He's not as good looking as Fish, but he'll do.
Fair enough. Anyway, moving on. Cowboys. This one was not a bad game too. Nice and tight, close one. 26 went down to the Dolphins 28.
Yeah, it was a stranger one to call. Watching Jake Clifford back in the NRL for the first time since playing for Newcastle, I forgot. There's a lot of things to Jake's game that still need work, but one thing I forgot is how good is his boot. I reckon he kicks the ball further than anyone in the NRL and as high as a bird. And he gave Trey full of nightmares, I'm sure of it. He kicked the 40-20 in that game from about his own 30. That was literally just a midfield bomb that went forever, bounced horribly for the Dolphins. And yeah, it was incredible to watch live. But I think the takeaways from that game is the Dolphins are a mentally tough team. The Cowboys are not at the moment, and they got quite a bit to address. But the amount of star power they still have in that team to be outside of the 8 and losing the games they are, there's something not quite right there at the moment.
I tell you what, too, he can hit hard too, eh?
Yeah, I heard of you here. It was one of the front rowers, I think, that he belted.
Yeah, and I thought, are you serious? That sort of job. Good on him. I really like the bloke, eh? When he came to Newcastle, we met him in the stands there with Ponga and I think it was Peter Parr. And we sat there and just speaking to him for a bit, and he was the quietest, shyest kind of person, but he was a really good guy. So, wish him all the best. Like, it's a shame it didn't work out in Newcastle, but I'm glad that he's picked back up at the Cowboys, and hopefully some good stuff for him to come.
What's been the turn in form? They've lost their last 4, and they won 4 in the first 5.
Yeah, I think there were signs in that for the first 5 games they were playing for about 40 minutes, and then they'd switch off in patches, but they were good enough to close out games, whereas it's caught up with them as they've played slightly better sides. I still don't know what the Dolphins are. I know they sit in the top 4, but I don't know if they're a top 4 or even top 8 team come the end of the year, but you still can't switch off the way the Cowboys have and make the mistakes the Cowboys have as well. It's Yeah, I have a soft spot for them. Obviously, living in this part of the world, they're a frustrating team to watch at the moment. They really are.
Well, last year around this time, the Dolphins were firmly entrenched in the top 8, but fell away. So
Anyway, moving on. It's the game of the round. Knights 14 over the Warriors 8. I quite enjoyed it, actually. I mean, I enjoy me Knights every game, but no, this is a good game considering the conditions of the weather, and the boys played well in the wet.
Yeah, I mean, you guys called Dave Vita a throwback second row before. I thought this was a throwback game of footy. This felt like the old school in the mud. Don't drop the ball, hold it as tight as you can. Poor old Davey Armstrong had a mixed bag with his handling, but there were some performances I thought in particular stood out. I thought both centres for Newcastle, they should be firmly in the Origin conversation again. I think Bradman Best, his last month of footy has been incredible. I think Dane Gagai's almost had his best year in first grade at 33. I think Billy Slater's sitting there thinking, well, I've got Murray Taulagi maybe for this wing spot, but he's out injured at the moment. He's only played a couple of games of footy. I know Dane Gagai won't let me down. I wouldn't be shocked if he got called back into that Queensland side. I honestly think he's been incredible.
100%. And as you said, when he pulls that maroon jersey on, it's like a switch. He won't let anyone down.
Am I the only one that was cheering on the outside for the Knights, but on the inside I was cheering for the Warriors for my tips?
Same.
No, I was cheering for the Knights. I always tip the Knights.
Yeah, I normally do. There's a couple of times if it's too obvious, I won't, but I did tip them this week. I think we'd won the last couple against New Zealand in Newcastle, and they haven't been crash shot either, the Warriors. I don't know if they're going to feel forced into a change soon in terms of moving RTS to fullback, or I actually think their attack's gone to buggery since Luke Metcalf got injured. I'd be tempted to tinker with the 6 and maybe give Chanel Harris-Tavita a gig there at some stage. But
yeah, I would be too. What I heard this week too, I don't know if it's entirely true, that Sean Johnson doesn't train during the week. They put him on ice because he's not 100% fit, and he's pretty much might have one training session and turns up to the game. I don't know how true that is, but
that's not a new thing. That's been Terry Lamb used to do that in the old days. People didn't train or just did the minimal, and then just turn up on the weekend, play the guts out.
So yeah, I don't know, because he's injury cloud or not, but yeah, hopefully not. Cause
how nice is the Warriors coach though?
Yeah, we Kylie got a photo with Webster and that. He's a really nice guy. Kylie said, "You broke me heart. You took fish," and he goes, "Oh, I do apologise about that." But
then he walked away. I lied.
Sorry at all.
But nah, actually, really nice guy. And
sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, as I said earlier, we had a bit of a chat with Mitch Barnett that remembers us from his time there, and yeah, good to see that. Players like that still remember their fans and take the time out for it. And, I'll take me out off the Mitch Barnett, absolute legend of the game. And I'll tell you what, spooky for the Blues.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if they'll do it, but I think he's there or thereabouts. I know he's shifting to an edge this week, which won't help his chances. Just purely to cover injuries. But, I think he's played as consistent footy as he ever has, and I think he was a good servant at Newcastle. Probably suspended a few too many times for our liking, but you could certainly never question his effort, and he's made a good fist over there. But, yeah, something is not quite clicking at the Warriors yet. I think there was a lot of hype on them to start the year. I had them in my top 4 to finish the season, and they find themselves below us on the ladder at the moment, but you'd think they come good with all that star power.
If not next year with fish over there, that's for sure. But, mate, I couldn't really put a bad performance from the Knights, actually. I was really impressed with our bench, too, when they come on. Brody Jones and Jack Harrington when he come on, although he's been pushed back out this week. But I still thought it was, pretty solid and, up front as usual. Daniel Saifidi played well. Leo Thompson as always, but really starting to lay the platform for the halves to do their magic too.
Yeah, and I think seeing Jack Etherington not trying to fight annoying hookers this week was nice as well. But I agree with you. I don't think there was a bad performance. I think it was Greg Margie's best game for the year. I think his carries have been pretty good all year, but he had that extra bit of, we'll say, Margie about him on the weekend. He broke a whole bunch of tackles again. I expect him to start scoring some tries when he starts getting better quality ball as well. But yeah, I think they'll walk away, and I think it was Hastings in an interview post-game that said, that's what Newcastle footy means to us, is that it doesn't need to be pretty, it's going to be gritty, and whether we beat them 2-0 or 14-8 or whatever it's going to be, we just want to find a way.
100%. Oh, that's the thing too, obviously we want them to win, but if they go out there and they try their butts off and they walk off defeated, mate, I'm happy as long as they, and that's what Newcastle's about. But we spoke to Mojo after the game and I said, mate, about his interview with Fox with the singing and stuff.
Oh, the backflip, yeah, I did say that.
I said, mate, 2 tries. Next time you score 2 tries, we want to see a backflip. And he's, mate, they won't give me the ball. It's going to the other side all the time. But yeah, so hopefully he'll. I didn't know the bloke could do that, but it just shows.
No, that someone actually sent me that link. Said, "Oh, watch it at 3 minutes 46, whatever it was," and he's gone from singing Elvis into a backflip, which is pretty impressive. So
he's an absolute legend of a bloke. Like we were saying earlier, that Brian Tuttle has to be the funniest guy in the league, and I tell you what, Marju's coming up close second, I reckon. He's we're at the game all the time, and he knows Kylie's a Panthers supporter, and the banter he has with Kylie about the Panthers and that, that's just second to none. Like the interaction that he has with the fans is unreal.
He loves the Panthers. Haven't you seen the picture on our group?
Yeah, no, that's just going straight to the bin. That picture.
No, it's not.
Someone decided to hack the Greg Marju jersey and put a Penrith one on it.
He suits it so much.
Yep. I was going to say, it probably weirdly looks good at it, which makes it worse.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I can't hear you there, man. It's cutting out. But, yeah, mate, moving on with the Sharks, 20 over the Dragons, 10. A bit of a wet game, this one, that's for sure. It was pumping out water right up to kickoff.
Streets were blocked off and everything.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this game is that the Sharks weathered the emotional storm. Flanagan tried to throw out a barb at the end of last week, saying, he's the only coach that had success there, yada, yada. And he's just trying to build a bit of hype for the game, which I get. And his team was up, the Dragons were up for it. And whilst the Sharks weren't at their best, they did enough. Nico Hines is still firmly in the conversation to wear that number 6 jersey for the Blues when those teams are announced in 3.5 weeks. I think that the big smoky, you talk about smokies for the New South Wales side, I don't think Tom Hazelton, the big, bald, beautiful man, looks out of place. And give him 20 minutes to start the game, 15 minutes to start the game, maybe 10 to 15 at the end. His form has been incredible this year. Speaking of Origin jerseys, as is Cam McInnes. I love everything Cam does. I always have. And if he was a Queenslander, he would have played 15 games by now.
Oh, Chucky Doll.
Oh, I was going to say, who's the one that looks like Chucky?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, no, he does.
I think he's scarier than a Chucky Doll.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He gives it 110% every game.
Yeah.
Puts his body on the line, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few that have probably deserved the spot in the Origin and probably should get a call up, but I don't think they will. But I did hear Gus Gould say everyone's going to be surprised by some of the selections. So maybe Madge coming in and going to do a shake up, and if that means Dylan Edwards gets in it, I know I'm going to probably get a no here, but if it means Dylan Edwards gets a run, I think the bloke deserves it. No disrespect to Teddy, and I know he's been playing pretty well too, but the bloke's winning the Daily Ham. You have a look at his stats every week. What's he got to do to get a start, I know we've got Tedesco on that, but is Tedesco coming towards the end of his representative career?
No.
And do we start looking to the future?
No.
Zip it. I just think the blokes are, and especially if you got Crichton, which is probably going to be a walk-up starter.
Yeah,
Cleary,
they can have them because they're at the Bulldogs now. They can have. Well,
he's going to have. He still knows Crichton like the back of his hand, and they're going to have all this connection with the Cleary, Crichton, and co. I mean, it just fits the puzzle. Luai, if he gets picked over.
I don't reckon he will. Surely.
Well, it depends where Madge goes.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is it, the Penrith Blues?
Yeah, I hope not.
Well, not really, because half of them now are at the Dogs, or.
But then they'll blame the Panthers for losing. Because Queensland are just too good.
Is that? I've got to put a stick into you for a minute. Is it the Canberra Knights?
Yeah, well, they seem to go both ways. But yeah. I think Mitch Barnett started at the Raiders, if I remember.
Yes, and Leo Thompson.
Yep.
And now you're not having him back. So
Or James Schiller, we're going to keep him too.
yeah, that's a one coming for next year.
You want to keep him? He's Brett Mullins' nephew, I think.
Wouldn't mind that Matt Timoko bloke if you wouldn't mind sparing him. We'll take him.
No. Hand off Tomoko, mate. He's a gun.
Oh, while you're there, we might as well just take.
Just don't.
Tarpany can come on.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tarpany.
Look somewhere else. No.
Take Tarpany.
Hudson Young, he's a Cessnock boy, isn't he?
Greater. Just up the
Okay,
road.
yeah.
Yeah.
10 minutes from here, actually.
You had your chance with Tarpany. So,
We had a chance with half of them, but
yeah, you did, yeah.
Anyway, mate, and for Gary's lucky, the Eels just scraped through on the bye.
Yeah, I had him 50-50 last week, but found a way. So something to work on. I think they're going to get pants this weekend, even against the Broncos without Reynolds. I think they'll put a score on them.
Poor Gary's got nothing to say.
Sorry, Gary.
I'm only glad we got the 2 points. I was a bit worried about the second half of the bye.
South have got you covered.
I thought it was odd they've moved Bryce Cartwright to the bench this weekend. I thought he'd been one of their better ones to start the year. But
They're still a bit salty.
Maybe just a bit of an impact player, maybe.
He's returned really back to the form he once had at Penrith.
But he had a rib injury.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
So they're probably,
Had 1 week off, was it, I think? And then they put him back in. But
it's amazing how you can go from one club playing well, go to another club, crap, and then you go to another club and return back to your good form.
Yeah.
It just shows, the different...
Reece Walsh.
Yeah. Oh, Reece Walsh was... I still think, a lot of people go, oh, no, Reece Walsh wasn't that good at playing halves. I had this argument with Blake at work today for the Warriors. I actually thought he was.
See, I don't rate the bloke yet. He makes more mistakes than he should. No, I'm sorry, but I love Adam Reynolds. It's not I hate Broncos, but
yes, it is.
I hate it.
it's not because we beat them in the grand final, so they're good. No, I'm not convinced with Reece Walsh yet.
You're not convinced he's as good as they
He
make
doesn't
it.
like to be tackled, and he doesn't like to tackle.
I'm with you. If he starts well and plays well, that's it. He plays well. As soon as he makes a mistake, goes into his shell, doesn't play as well, and puts him off the rest of the game.
Like the game
I'm
just
with you
gone.
then.
He was very...
Well, the grand final.
Yeah, well, Nathan Cleary's enough to scare anyone.
You're right.
Okay. on TikTok, yeah.
Anyway, mate, you've probably had enough of our gibber for 1 week.
I mean, I'll throw a barb in. I still think Reece Walsh is the best fullback in the game by a country mile, but you can do with that what you will.
Adam, can you edit that out? Thanks.
No, he is good, but yeah, even over Ponga.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep.
Ooh.
On form over the last 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I'd have him as the top two, to be honest with you. And I love Dylan Edwards. I love all he does. I just love the attacking potence, and that's what you need in the modern game.
100%.
Stop trying to put me up now. You've done it.
No, I'll leave you with that one. I think he's the most brandable. I still think he's the most exciting player in the competition.
He's your next Maybelline model.
Yeah, you should be getting a contract for that.
I'm jealous of those eyelashes.
Oh, you can have mine. Anyway, not because of my connection I know where my bread's buttered, but I really rate Dylan Edwards. And if I'm not correct, was the Knights sniffing around for Edwards at one stage? I'm pretty sure. It's going back a few years.
I think we've had a crack at just about every fullback that's looked half interesting. I think the Ruben Garrick's the last one I remember when Ponga was going to be a full-time six. But
this is before the Ponga days, I think, too. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that we were sniffing around Dylan Edwards, and this is before he really come into Dylan Edwards' form, and he was talking about going back to the Cowboys as well. And the Knights are in it, and then all of a sudden, he signed back with Penrith. But
remember when Smitter was talking about Sorensen coming to the Knights?
oh, zip it!
You can have him now.
I'll have him.
I still think realistically, before the June 30 deadline, I still think and hear that Leo Thompson's brother could arrive in Newcastle by then. So that's one that you can hope for.
Hell yeah. I like that idea.
It's not that far away.
Well, that'll be the first time in rugby league history that we'll have two sets of twins on the one side.
I think it would have to be.
I mean, we've had a lot of twins and that, but not two sets in the one side. And I tell you what, imagine that. You get the two Staff boys, for example, on the bench coming on to replace the two Thompson boys. Oh, come on. That's
Yeah, well, I think the concept, I mean, those that have spoken say if they get him, he'll start in Cup and see where he's at. Obviously, he's transitioning from rugby union again. But, yeah, there's pretty high hopes that it wouldn't take him too long to be a first grader. But, yeah, they're leaving a spot open in that top 30 in hopes that they can nab him over the next month.
I tell you what, and if he's anything like Leo, on and off the field, let's grab him because I tell you what.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Has Greg Marshall got a twin?
But no, even off the field, Leo's one of the nicest blokes you'll come across, and he's like we had the kids got a sign they had last year. They had an even bigger one.
The kids.
Yeah, the kids. And he come up and he goes, "Geez, bro, where the fuck do you get that from?" Like he was just so taken back, and he's an absolute legend and. Got time for the fans all the time. So, anyway, mate, we're glad you're feeling better, and we might have a surprise for the viewers next week with you. So, stay tuned for that. And go the Knights, eh?
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, you, Ambien. And we have got that shirt coming to you. I just had a lot on this weekend. I forgot till this morning, so it'll be in the post this week.
I'll send it Friday.
No dramas. I was going to say it might be a Kylie job because she actually remembers things. Maybe not yet. So.
100%.
Yeah, he knows this already, doesn't he? All right, guys, we'll take another short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back, and it's time for, as I said, we've done a little bit rearranged this week for one show, just for a few obvious reasons, but it's time for player of the round, and I'm going to start saying I'm here. My player of the round, surprise, surprise, was Dylan Edwards with 7 from 7 conversions, 200 run metres, 4 line breaks, and assist, 1 try assist, 6 tackles. The man is a machine, and I really rate him. So that's my player of the round. But I did have another one, but I won't pick it because I think everyone else did as well. So that's why I went Dylan Edwards as well. So Kylie.
What do you mean everyone else?
Well, I'm saying what.
What's Jason got down there?
I'm saying what you got.
I've got Connor Watson.
Told you.
I thought you would have said Tyson Gamble. Connor Watson, he's just...
It's a given.
He's an annoying player, and by annoying I mean he's good. Like, he's just in your face, just all over the shop. Yeah, he's just a little pocket rocket.
A legend too, and good to see he's back from injury.
Yeah.
Playing some good footy. Gaz.
Jermaine Asako. I like this guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How much?
Not much.
Yeah, he's good.
He made up 14 of the 34 points for the Dolphins, scored in the game as well, as he ran 204 metres and had 3 line breaks. The bloke is a gun, an asset to any team.
True.
Fair enough. Chase.
Hey, Dylan Edwards also. So, yeah, I don't want to pick a Penrith player, but I think he was a player of the round, strong in defence, solid, knew when to chime in, try assist against the run of play with that tap, and sitting on top of the Dally M leaderboard with Nico Hines.
Copped a fair whack on the head.
Copped a few whacks in the head, yeah. Poor bugger.
Brian Toro.
I saw a video of that, showed him in the background, and they had a drum.
Did
had
they?
a drum going,
Oh, cool.
But how... you'd always have to watch your back with Toro that something's not going to happen, you know what I mean? Like, he's an absolute larrikin. Imagine being his wife.
They should have played that Benny Hill skit.
Well, when I was running up the field that time, remember the... Yes.
Wasn't he the one that threw dirty Speedos at Andrew
Joey
Johns?
Johns, yeah.
I mean, it was one thing for Dylan Edwards to run up and take that tap. It's another one for the support player to follow him all that way.
Was it Tyrone May? Was that who it was?
Yeah, he scored, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows the intuition through the Penrith players. They just click.
By the time he hit the 40-metre line or halfway, it sounds to turn around and go, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'll give was it Try Arrow?
Yeah.
It's still Chase. Tried.
Yeah, they were just... It was like they were on a treadmill. They weren't... No one was moving real fast.
But he was... That's what I mean. Like, Edwards was there and May was just motoring.
He could see what was going to happen.
No one was going to catch him. Not even Dom Young would have called him, I don't reckon, the way he was moving.
You don't reckon?
No, he was motoring. Anyway, that's player of the round this week. So time for NRL news.
Mitch Moses is looking to return from his foot injury 1 week early in time for Magic round.
That'll be magic.
Yeah.
Roosters Sam Walker is open to a Queensland return, according to his dad, Ben Walker. As Jason said, Panthers fullback Dylan Edwards has joined Nico Hines on the top of the Dally M leaderboard at 14 points each.
24.
Is it 24?
Was it 24?
I thought it was 14.
14? I might be wrong.
Dylan
I'm going to look it up.
Dylan can have 24.
I'm going to look it up.
I won't talk about Fafita because we already have. Tanner Boyd suffered a dislocated wrist in the game against the Storm. Best case is 4 to 8 weeks in if minimal ligament damage, no fracture and surgery is not required. If fractured and ligament damage and surgery is required, it will likely be 2 to 3 months recovery.
Probably Titans' best player too.
That is 24 points. Dylan Edwards and Nico
24?
Hines. Yeah, Viliami Kick-Hours on 23.
Wow.
Tommy Turbo 21. Daly Chevins 20.
Be interesting to see
Okay.
which way this goes.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but I still think Nico Hines probably, there's a few games he probably shouldn't have got the 6.
Oh, he got points where they lost.
Yes. And do you know why apparently he's getting them points all the time? Who's picking, rumoured to be picking? Buzz Rufford.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
they're not saying who's doing the votes. Like
That's right. It's
used to do
behind
in the old
closed
days,
doors.
yeah.
It's been leaked that apparently Buzz Rothfield is one of them.
Okay.
And who is Buzz Rothfield's team?
Yep.
Up Granella. So it sort of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yep. Poo cleaners.
Oh, it's not
Scott
much
Morrison's
about it.
team too, so there you go. Poo cleaners. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, but yeah, I just think it probably needs to be more, well structured. Excuse me, well structured.
Needs
so
to be
speak.
transparency in who's doing the votes. They used to do it
Non-biased.
all the time.
Yeah, non-biased.
Like, there's a few games. Oh, I agree. Probably deserve the maximum points.
I mean, if it was me, it'd be Penrith players for sure.
Yeah, you would be
I mean, if it was me, Gamble, Thompson, Marju, 1, 2, and 3. I mean,
Yes.
nah, but
Even if they're injured.
yeah, but they had a good.
A good injury.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the point is, they played against the Tigers and they lost, and he played very badly and got 6 points.
No.
Come on. Anyway, move on.
Storm confirm Ryan Pappenhausen suffered a small fracture in his fibula, outer shin bone. The same bone that he fractured late last year. Surgery is likely to be required and they expect him to miss between 4 to 6 weeks at this stage.
Well, he went down like someone shot him, didn't they? In
Big
the foot.
loss.
Speaking of losses and that, we were talking about that week where we hadn't heard where Kurt Falls was.
Yep.
Broncos.
Really?
Yes, he is at the Broncos.
That was quiet.
Apparently he's at the Broncos, Kurt
Unlike
Falls.
this rain.
So there's another halfback that's pretty well, but gone sort of. Anyway,
Scans confirmed a ruptured bicep for Adam Reynolds. He will undergo surgery and is aiming to return in round 22 to 23, which is 3 months post-surgery.
I can't see him coming back that early. That's my opinion.
Depends how the Broncos are going. He's a big loss.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
He, when he played on the weekend, I put in my game thread, how long before Adam Reynolds is injured? Not half an hour later, he was injured. I hate to see the bloke injured because I really like him.
Yeah, I do too, and I felt sorry for him being the scapegoat at South. Like,
Last week when I was here, I said how the Broncos won and showed South what they were missing. Now he's injured, and it's probably showing South what they were missing.
Yes,
So, yeah, it's,
it's sad.
you know.
all right, moving on.
Cameron Murray suffered a hip flexor injury on Thursday night's game against the Panthers and will miss the next 6 to 8 weeks, likely a high-grade strain with the recovery timeframe. This comes on the back of 2 other 6+ week injuries for Souths.
So is it safe to say for South this year is gone?
Oh, it's
Yep.
gone weeks ago.
But yeah,
Give
really
it a
with that now, it's definitely.
Don't know if they'll get the spoon. I don't know if they'll get the spoon, but there's no hope. That person who put $1,000 on them today has got rocks in their head.
More money than sense.
More money than sense.
Moving on.
Isaiah Tass has undergone surgery on an ankle injury suffered at training, and this is expected to keep him out for up to 3 months. Johnston and Gagai should be back in the next 1 to 2 weeks.
He's playing some good football too. Dane's brother, Jacob.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
God, they look alike, don't they?
Yes, they do.
This is what I mean. I don't know why South don't make a play for Dane Gagai.
I don't know why the Knights don't say, well, let's sign you up for another 2
True.
years. Oof.
Take a haircut and just another 12 months.
It's just another one that we can throw in the hat and go, what's going on at Newcastle?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
South have called in, I don't know if I'm going to say this properly, so I'm just going to say
Gabbett
his last name.
Shibasaki.
Gamet
Yeah, Shibasaki.
to their squad from the Townsville Blackhawks on a week-to-week basis to help cover the club's current injury toll.
Good player. Good player.
He's a good player on his day.
Yes. A bit of a wasted talent, I thought.
Yep.
Very fast, too.
Got a lot of speed to burn.
Tell you what, I want to see, you get players like, okay, Roosters have Dom Young. We've got some pretty fast ones in our outside backs. You've got some.
Xavier Savage.
Let's see back in the old days where they would kick from the scrum when the fullback's up in the line. By the time that fullback turns to chase, the likes of those speed guys, they're going through, bang, get it. Start using the speed. Like the Knights did it on the weekend. They kicked on the first tackles on some, and it kept the fullback guessing.
Yep.
Let's go back to that kind of stuff.
Let's go back to grand
Too structured,
the
otherwise.
old grand final days where they had the 100-metre sprint
Yes,
during the grand final.
Darren Albert was one.
Get the fastest player. You know, Martin Afire and who was it? Lou Odenryan.
Lee Odenryan.
Yeah,
Odenryan.
Lee Odenryan. So get the sprint going during
We
grand
have the
final
slowest
day.
man
with,
in league as well.
Oh, you got to do it both ways.
Odenryan won that, didn't he?
Huh?
Odenryan won
Yes,
that.
there was a few of them too. Darren Albert won it 1 year as well. But no, they were good. They were good.
Yeah, this is just a bit of fluff, bit of fun.
Someone donate money and give it to charity.
Exactly.
Yeah, Smith family would be good.
Josh Schuster was spotted with his manager on his way to the Gold Coast, sparking rumours they may have travelled to talk to the Titans.
I'm not saying nothing. Have I been saying it? But apparently, was it the Titans where they said no because they want him now to play second row and he won't play second row?
Might
he
get
didn't
hurt.
want to. Yeah.
Doesn't want to play
It
second
was
row.
5/8 or nothing for him.
Well, I'd say
Well, they
you don't
haven't-
really have a chance.
Were they hoping he'd fill Fafita's spot?
Possibly.
Oh, jeez.
The big spot.
He's
to
not.
fill.
He's not even 50% of Fafita.
No. But see, the thing is, okay, he's what, on $850 a year? Is that what he's on,
Yeah.
Schuster?
Yeah.
I don't think you can tell where you want to play. If a club's prepared to pick you up for that kind of money, you play where they want you to play.
Yep.
Yeah, it depends on your talent and if you're doing all right. But you look at South and Latrell signed for whatever to play fullback. He hasn't proven himself a fullback, but they keep picking him.
So, but while we're on this Latrell subject, I find it pretty arrogant that he came out and said, I'm not going to play Origin this year. I'm going to concentrate on South. Dude, you got to get picked first. Your form don't warrant you, and you haven't been back.
I mean, I can say I'm not playing Origin, so I'm not going to get picked.
Oh, I will if they need me.
Yeah, for Queensland.
Hey, I would. Anyway,
For half the money.
yeah.
Braden Burns has signed with the Cowboys on an immediate move until the end of season 2025. Peter Vlandis says he has no plans to ban the kickoff at this stage, saying nothing will be done anytime soon. It's not on the agenda at the moment.
It will never have any. No. It will never be on the agenda. No. If not, if it does, if it can, he needs to go. I'm sorry. There's so much. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, he's doing a great job. There's so much bullshit in the last 12 months of this game that's ruined it from him. I think it's time.
If you ban the kickoff, you might as well ban tackles. You might as well make it Oztag.
Two-handed tag.
It's a contact sport.
You sign up playing. That's why you get paid.
People sign up to play knowing what to expect. To be paid to do it is a luxury.
Yes.
You are getting paid to be hit, to be tackled,
and put on a good show.
and put on a good show.
If they ban this kind of stuff, the salaries go back to half.
Oh, exactly.
Go back to 100,000.
Yeah.
You watch them, okay, nope. No.
100,000, a win bonus, a pint of Coke.
As much as I hate to say it,
Bag of lollies.
Bag
if
of
it
lollies.
goes back to that, I'll go and watch AFL. As much as I hate to
Oh,
say
I
it.
can't do that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's how bad it'd be.
Yeah.
Cycling.
Who?
Cycling.
Cycling.
Only your mum watches that.
G'day, Mum.
Hi, Brenda. Love you.
Anyway.
Isaac Tungor has been charged with a one-match suspension for a grade 2 dangerous contact on, I've got high grade, that's obviously a typo, Jai grade. Okay, Jai got injured from that hip drop, but why did he stay out there for a while after it happened? Wouldn't that cause more damage? He didn't go straight off.
Well, I hate the whole laying down in the tackles, like milking it, and then they get the penalty, and they're
up
fine.
and
Yeah.
And I must say, Jackson Hastings did on the weekend, but
A lot
Sean
of them
Johnson
did.
did a few weeks ago. Went down and
yes, got another
stayed
win.
down, got the penalty, got up, took the penalty kick at goal.
And old mate got a couple of weeks for that.
Josh Loi.
Yeah.
In that case, where you're milking it like that, and should you have to go off for 5 to be assessed for your injury?
Why not?
5 minutes.
If you're down long enough to have the bunker look at it
Yep.
and
100%.
tip the ref, you need to come off for
5 minutes.
10 minutes.
Mandatory 5 minutes.
It's 15 for an HIA. Give him 10.
Like, it was a bad
Split
tackle.
the difference, 8.
But
8 minutes.
Yeah.
So you put up 8 fingers, or
Yeah.
it was a bad tackle, but I don't understand why he was still out there for a while.
No, that's right.
sometimes it depending on the injury, like it doesn't quite hit you straight away, or if it does, and it's like a shock thing. Like it doesn't hit you till later.
I guess it's hard, because you see so many people trying to milk it these days. and it's
Independent doctor might have gone in here and said, okay, he needs to come off, or I don't know.
just- sometimes these
Fair
independent
enough.
doctors don't know if they're itchy.
Well, someone got hit in the balls
Kurt
the other
Mann.
week.
Oh, that week.
Got sent off for HIA.
Hey, Kurt Mann got
Again?
it last year.
Yeah.
And he got hit the Kajulis.
Yep.
And he was a bit winded. And
Yep.
Maybe
HIA.
because if you got hit hard enough in the privates, maybe it would make you feel a bit dizzy. I don't know. I'm not a male, but I don't imagine it would tickle.
Doesn't make you
It
feel
doesn't-
dizzy.
no.
It makes you feel like...
Makes you walk funny.
Actually makes you crook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes you talk funny, dude.
That's probably why. But
yeah.
anyway, Jai Gray suffered a syndesmosis injury and requires surgery. He's likely to be out 6 to 8 weeks.
Have we ever heard so much syndesmosis injuries within the last 2 years?
It's an ankle
We
injury.
didn't, we
Yeah,
didn't know what
but
it was before.
It's
It
the
was an
old ankle
injury.
sprain.
Oh, yeah, well, it is a sprained ankle. But now they want to put a technical word to it.
Yeah.
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 Syndesmosis.
It's,
But you get a lot of points for that on Scrabble.
it's reported Latrell Mitchell visited Jason Demetriou at his house to say thank you for the past few seasons and apologise for his suspension at a time that saw his former coach sacked.
Too little, too late.
Yeah.
Very much so.
No
Yeah, he
empathy
goes,
from these ones.
sorry, I got suspended and that, but
I'll still get paid.
Yeah,
So we
I was
make-
gonna say, still get the money.
So we made more effort to visit him than what he does on the field.
True.
I feel sorry for the bloke. I think he's been made. They wanted Wayne Bennett regardless of
yeah.
what happened, and he hasn't been given the chance.
I think they've spoken to Bennett about coming back. They've signed this new halfback from England, and the coach normally has the final say in
Yeah,
players.
Bennett's already
Yeah.
pulled.
He's already pulling some strings, yeah.
Jeremy Marshall King is reportedly in talks with the Dolphins for a contract upgrade where his salary could be doubled to $600,000 per season.
Well worth it. I think he's shown this year too that he's worth. If he's on 300,000, he's worth more than that. Also, you go back to people on low salaries that are worth more and it's going to get a bigger upgrade. Leo Thompson's only on $250 a year.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Marshall King, give him the extra money for copping that Falcon off Ben Hunt.
oh, yeah, who could forget that?
Eyes are rolling around like a poker machine.
Look at crash test dummies with the.
Oh,
Ding, ding.
Anyway.
The Dolphins have cracked 30,000 members
Mm.
in their second season.
Yeah, but they had a big following in the Q Cup, the Queensland Cup.
Redcliffe.
Yeah, so that's probably where it's come from. They've always had a pretty big following.
But it's good, but
But if they had more teams up there, it'd be like the Sydney teams.
yeah,
They
get out a bit more.
the Dolphins still would, because for some reason in the Queensland Cup they've always had a big following.
Yeah.
Even before, all the time they've, regardless of before they were in the NRL, they used to follow the Dolphins in that Q Cup. They always got a fair crowd. So
Yeah.
good on them for supporting the local and sticking local and not going
Yeah.
across to the Broncos.
Yep.
Am I good to keep going?
Yeah,
There's
sorry.
no water in your crack this week.
No, actually,
I'm not checking.
Gary, it's your job.
Pass. We'll get Nathan to do it.
Who?
Nathan.
Oh, we were actually talking about Hindmarsh the other day because who doesn't love that bloke? He's coming to Rutherford, him and Fletch.
Fletch.
Yeah.
$135 a ticket, mind you.
I want to get him down to thirsty one night.
I'm going to wear my Parramatta gear and say, listen, I come all the way,
Yeah, and I
all the
got
way
tickets.
from Rutherford.
Can I get a ticket?
No, but I was saying to Portia that I haven't seen anyone's crack more than I've seen Nathan Hindmarsh's crack.
They're all the time, every time he got tackled.
Yeah.
Flopper.
Yep, 100%. I don't know if it was his body shape and the shorts just didn't sit right.
We was
or-
talking the other week about he never did his shorts up. And it's
Oh,
something
well,
to do
there you
with rubbing against the skin and getting some sort of...
Well, that'll be
Whatever.
why then.
All right, the Matthew John show. Good show?
Yes.
Yep.
You take the Empire out of it?
No, it wouldn't. It'd
No.
be boring.
No.
They're as funny as it. They're
Oh,
they're,
of
they're
course.
honestly nearly as funny as me. I tell you.
I would love to go see them at Rutherford.
I want to get them to down to thirsty one night, like and do a fundraiser. I think that would be great to pick their brain, eh?
Yeah.
And you
Get 'em-
can't help but notice his little finger, Fletcher's
Oh, yeah.
little
Yeah.
finger.
Yeah, right angles.
Oof.
And how good's Hindy's house?
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's
a mansion.
beautiful. It's too white. Like, I'd chuck in a few black feature walls,
but-
but
He's sponsored by
oh,
Harley
well, that
Davidson.
house. Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the
I'd still have
pants
the white.
He does that Harley run with Brad Fittler,
Yeah.
I think, and all that. Yeah.
Oh, I will do that before I die.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
The what?
The Harley run with Brad Fittler and Hindy. I will do that before I pass on.
He would have to be one of my favourite ex-players, I reckon.
Who's that?
Hindy.
Hindmarsh, yeah.
He's my most favourite player to never win a premiership.
And they always give him so much crap.
Yeah.
He take
holds the most tackles.
Yeah, no, he was a good player. You can't take that
Oh,
off.
for sure. And then he's got that lookalike overseas in
Oh.
England or whatever.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was. That's
How
gold.
uncanny
Yeah,
did he?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know? All right, moving on.
Sorry. Brad Arthur has declared he will not quit the Eels. I'm not going to walk out of the team. We'll fight our way out of it. The club can make whatever decision they feel is right, but I'm not walking away.
Well, good on him.
No, the last coach was, it says something like that.
Brian.
Demetrio.
Oh.
I'm the man to get us out of this hole, blah, blah, blah.
It's a goodbye.
But this guy reminds me of Brian Smith. Eels went really bad. And
Then he came to the Knights and screwed us.
yeah.
Well, Brian
didn't
Smith,
like-
he made grand finals with St George. He made grand final with Para.
Made grand final 2001 with Parramatta, is that correct?
Yes.
And who'd you
Oh,
play?
here we go.
No idea.
Knights. Got beaten.
You forget how old I am.
Oh, sorry.
Too much water under the bridge.
I'm still getting over the six again at 2019, to be
Oh,
honest.
yeah. Well, the Storm and Penrith grand final still hurts me. I still can't watch that, even
Yeah.
though we won the three. They probably helped us win the next three, but still hurts.
I've never lost one.
We've got to get to them, though.
I've had two. Moving on.
Mitchell Pearce has reportedly signed with the Roosters as a pathways coach. He will work alongside his former teammate Jake Friend.
Fair enough.
The NRL are investigating Sam Hughes for touching Casey Badger in an attempt to defend a tackle. Hang on a minute, didn't Casey touch a Tigers player? And wasn't there a Storm player that touched Belinda Sharp on the chest here?
Oh,
I've seen a photo on Facebook,
Yeah.
and she's got this look on her face like, oh, hello.
What's your number?
as long as it's intentional, because sometimes you can't help, but you touch the ref accidentally, like you collide with. If it's deemed unintentionally, it should be, you know,
Yeah. At the
Common
very
sense.
worst, you get a letter of caution.
yeah, you know, a letter would do some lines at recess, but you know, like. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Like, you know, she's coming this way, you're going that way. You don't say, jump, bang, accident. Common sense needs to prevail.
I guess it's like when your kid gets under your feet and you're like, oh, for God's sakes, watch where you're going.
Oh, well, maybe she should say, freaking hell, Clemmer, get out of the road. Oh,
Yeah.
Bit hard to trip over him, though. He's a giant.
yeah, true.
Bit like we are just talking when Blocker Roach got sent off that time and he got
He's tapping him on the head. He got a couple of weeks that too, didn't he?
You know how he tried to beat that to make the grand final? Because he was signed to play in England during the off-season. So he went to England to try and sit out games there. And the ARL, or whoever it was, the New South Wales board said, no, you can't do that. So he tried to do that to make the grand final in 88 against the Bulldogs. But yeah,
Gotta give him
didn't
points for
get away
trying.
with it. Yeah.
Anyway.
Having said that, I don't like his commentating.
No, he's
It's
so...
very biased.
Yeah, he hates the Knights.
Oh, there's a few bias.
Hates the Knights.
Yeah.
For some reason. Another one that doesn't seem to like the Knights very much is where he, you know, started his really trade up and become good was Michael Ennis. Doesn't seem to like the Knights either. Anyway.
Reece Walsh is still yet to re-sign with the Broncos. Some reports suggest the original value of his contract per season was incorrect, and he is actually set to re-sign for $1.4 million per year.
Don't agree with that. So you're saying to me he's as good as Nathan Cleary?
Wasn't Ponga on 1.4?
Well, to be honest, I don't think Ponga's worth 1.4. That's just my opinion. I don't think any player is
player's worth 1.4.
No.
It's a lot of money.
I don't think any player should be... This is my opinion. Top player, your marquee player, should be $800,000 a year, and then you can have performance-enhancing bonuses.
Yep.
Imagine being on $1.4 million a year.
Imagine just seeing $1.4 million.
No matter what your performance is. Because what's Latrell on?
Too much?
Yeah.
He's on that much money, and he knows he's going to get that whether he tries or not.
Yep.
It's crazy.
That's the thing. I think they only got to play.
Just turn up, sign the team sheet.
They've got to play 4
Get paid.
games out of that contract or something to be guaranteed that kind of money.
I'll do it. Can't say I'll be any good, but I'll give it a go.
I think we
I'd
all
probably be dead after. I'd be dead after the 4. But tell you what, you and the kids will enjoy the rest of it.
Well, I'm pulling out Origin, as I said before.
NRL 360 was reportedly receiving 28,000 views per episode with Paul Kent on air last year. When he was removed and Gordon Tallis took over, that number is reported to have grown to 50,000 viewers.
You idiot.
Not
I
surprised.
don't like him.
What were you saying the other day about James Graham?
James Graham, you watch a garb even more. Telling you, that bloke, honestly, he is...
A legend.
He's absolute... You listen to him, and he's not biased against any team.
No.
A spade's a spade, and he'll tell you how it is.
Yeah,
And
I do like him.
I like the bloke. And I'll tell you what, he's a very nice, well-mannered person. Like, we met him in Queensland. He was with his wife and that in the store. And Kylie's, get a photo with him. I said, no, I won't bother him. She goes, Jimmy, excuse me, can my husband get a photo? It looks like I'm getting a photo.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, sure, mate, come over. And he's, really nice. And he's just a real nice bloke. And then same, too, on the same show, Brayford Astor was another good guy. And I thanked him and sent him a message on Instagram, said, thanks for taking the time. And he spoke to me for about 5 or 10 minutes after that on Instagram, said, it was a pleasure to meet you and all this. I thought, wow, good on him.
Yep.
Dragons players are reportedly questioning how Kyle Flanagan was awarded best on ground in the Dragons game against the Roosters on Anzac Day.
Ooh.
He missed the equal most tackles of any Dragons player.
Another case of Buzz Ruff. Who picks it? That's what I want to know.
His
Well,
dad.
what do you get? Best on ground.
Yeah.
So, have to be voted somewhere, but,
Yeah, what, his father?
Daddy's kid gets halfback and sometimes captain, and
Yeah, but to me that's a prestigious award. For me, I know it's a big call, but for that Anzac Day, best on ground on Anzac Day, to me that's as good as like the grand final best on ground.
Well, Sam Walker got it, and he deserved it Anzac Day.
So that's what that to me is as significant to.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
not just a normal pick.
Nah, it's that's a.
It's probably as you said, the second highest
For what
accolade you could get.
for what that day means.
Yeah.
And like we're going back to for the Broncos, I was saying about the Kyle. Oh, sorry. What's his name? Passed away, made new ones the other week.
Oh,
Webb.
Carl Webb.
Carl Webb Award.
Yeah.
To win that too would be
Yeah.
like goosebump
An honour.
material.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Should
pretty
I
good.
get the bib for the last one? It's about Tyson Gamble.
No, please proceed.
Tyson Gamble. I love Newcastle. I've made it a home, so we don't want to go. But at the end of the day, footy is a business, so it has to go both ways. But like I said, I'll let my footy do the talking.
And he is at the moment. And you know what? I say, what's that? What's that?
You
I
love
can't-
Tyson Gamble?
No, I can't hear all the Newcastle haters that were bagging him the other week. Where are they?
They're a very fickle
Where are they?
bunch, the Knights supporters.
It's not helped when the coach was chopping and changing the halves for the
No,
first
it wasn't.
5 or 6 rounds, and that's
But the thing,
possibly
people,
what makes the supporters' minds up as well.
yeah, but what they've got to realise too, for these half that are playing shit at times, it's because what's in front of them. Without your forwards going forward, the halves can't do shit. And I think he got
Got to pave the way.
yeah, and I won't go into too much details, but Tyson got a lot of personal digs and a lot of stuff thrown towards him, and it really hurt his family. So
Didn't he get death threats?
not at Newcastle, but at previous club, which I won't go into.
Oh, my bad.
He actually got a death threat.
Yeah, that's
And,
disgusting.
You know, like Tyson's family are on our page. Follow our show, watch our show on that too. So,
Just wrong.
yeah, they've contacted us before and said they love how we support the guy, and we're just like, nothing of it. But yeah, you got to realise, people out there, that when you're having a personal dig at these players, it's fine to have an opinion, but when you get personal, they've got family, they've got kids, they've got mums. They're only human. You can have an opinion, but when it gets absolutely personal, that's when I don't like it.
Overstep the boundary.
Yeah. Anyway, is that the NRL news for this week?
That was long-winded, but
Huge. It's time for Gazbag.
I'll try and make it a bit quicker.
That's what she said.
Yes. Is it time we give each team 2 captains' challenges? We are seeing more and more 50-50 calls force a team to give up their challenge early than later in the game. That's a clear mistake from the ref that no one is able to challenge. Scott Bond.
Maybe 1.5 you could do.
Yeah, I like that idea.
1.5, yeah.
1.5. But
So if you don't use your one in the first half, does it carry over or not?
no,
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Because also too,
Well, that's unfair.
teams will start using it as gamesmanship too. They'll use it knowing
A breather.
they need a breather, but use it to your advantage.
All right.
1.5 I'm happy with. Yeah, that could work. Maybe trial it in the off season.
So how would it work if it was a successful challenge and
It
they
could-
get to retain it?
Yeah. Yeah, just keep it.
You
Still-
still just
still
get the one.
Yeah, still get one.
Yeah.
Won the second half.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep. Sounds good.
You'll be
Because
seeing-
even if you got 10 minutes to go and you're feeling like a break, like your team's a little bit, they're going to challenge a stupid call just to get a break, which you can use to your advantage. So, yeah, I don't mind that actually.
Yeah, one each half. Yeah.
That's a good question. What was his name?
Scott Bond.
Alan's son. Good on him.
That's it. James's cousin.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think Latrell Mitchell will actually play decent this week, or he'll return to his same old Latrell?
Who have they got?
Rory.
That's a good question.
Depends who they got. It will depend on how he plays.
Titans? Is
I
it?
don't think he will anyway.
Dragons.
Dragons.
No. I reckon.
I
Is
think,
it-
I think
is
he'll
it-
put the effort in against Dragons, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he will.
Dragons are at home too. They're going to kick butt, I reckon.
I reckon Latrell will put in some effort.
Some.
More than he has.
We'll put it this way. I'll let you know next week because I really don't know. To be honest,
Depends which Latrell comes out.
it's a
He might have got it off his chest when he went and apologised and thought,
maybe it's a hit and miss of Latrell. You don't know what you're going to get each week, so
No, you do.
you don't get much.
I just think the Dragons are too good at home. Away, they're not.
I like the Dragons. On paper, they've got some good players.
Yeah.
Like
I don't mind watching them.
Brown, Raymond,
Brown on paper.
Brown paper back. There's a few there that I'm starting to. I think once they get a few games under their belt, maybe next year, the
Yep.
Dragons are going to improve. I hope not too much because Corey's on the panel next week. Anyway,
You think the NRL should go back to the loan system they had in place a couple of years ago? Ben Castle.
Well, South's come out this week and they were like, oh, we want the loan system because they're running low on troops. But you never heard them talk about it before when that didn't need players.
Yeah.
So,
I don't mind it.
I don't mind the loan period, but near the end of the year, like it has
It has to
been,
be
yeah.
mid-year, like say round whatever. It can kick in, and it can't be out of your top 30 at
Really?
your club.
See, the one that comes to mind for me is Harry Grant going to the Tigers,
Yeah,
and he improved that team
yeah,
a
true.
lot.
What about the Tigers player that went to Storm and
Yes.
played well there?
David Nofaluma.
That's it.
Yeah, he did too.
Played well down there, come back to the Tigers and they didn't want him.
He's now over England.
He wanted to stay at
and
the Storm, but
played 2 games in England, turned up
Wants
late
to come
training,
home.
wants to come home.
Yeah, I saw that.
so,
What happened?
it's,
Didn't turn up.
not performing well in England.
Pangai Jr., Penrith.
Yes, success.
Yep.
Played really well.
True.
Passed
Pangai
up
Jr.
his,
was good in Brisbane.
Passed up his grand final position.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He too. He was playing
So
really
he came
well.
to Penrith knowing what he could do and lifted.
and
and
knowing
played
what
out of his
Penrith would
skin.
do to him.
Yeah, exactly. And it come to the grand final, and he probably earned his spot from limited time there, and gave it up to someone that was more deserving.
I was trying to think who it was.
I can't think of who
No,
he passed it up.
because he wasn't 100% fit.
Yeah.
No, he did have a bit of a niggle,
Yeah,
so he wasn't 100%.
and he said, "I'd rather give this
Yep.
guy." And you know what? I'll never forget.
Take that off to it.
Yeah,
but
like
when he
that's-
was at Penrith,
he was a different person.
he was a totally he was a good player. He was a good player before. He was a great player at Penrith.
Then he went to the Bulldogs.
When the
and
Bulldogs
not so
give it
much.
up, and he's talking about coming back.
Yes,
I did read somewhere.
Storm.
That's it. Storm
He
were talking to him.
But he was on the Today Show the other week, and behind him, what was behind him?
Yeah, Penrith.
Nathan Cleary. There was a picture of Nathan Cleary on his wall,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking
Oh, they're
that's
still like that.
random though. Like,
Still probably, mates like that. But that's another one. We can say the Knights. They can go. He's a Newcastle boy, isn't he?
Yep.
spewing.
If I'm not, is it godson or godfather, parent of one of Sione Mataudia's kids? I believe.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so imagine them at
Connection
Newcastle.
there.
But honestly, I think if he goes to Storm, he'll go back. But this is what I'm looking at with David Fifita. David Fifita is probably looking at Pangai, come from Brisbane to Penrith, how well he performed and changed into another player. This is what might get David Fifita at Penrith.
I think out of the three clubs talking to him, Penrith, the Roosters talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing is the Roosters
the
will
Roosters
probably...
will talk to anybody. There's a chance for him. The Dragons won't get him because he wants to win a comp. He left Brisbane to win a comp somewhere. It's not happening. So he wants to win a comp. He's going to go to Penrith.
Problem is, we've offered him 3 years on $850. The Roosters have offered him 4 years on $850.
Surely
And
there'd be
a
an
paper
option.
bag.
There'd be an option there at the end of the 3 years for Penrith. In
And a paper
they
bag.
could put an option there in his favour.
But the thing is that I'm David Fifita. I'm already rich. Okay, I'm going to get a fair chunk out of Penrith. Is winning a premiership more valuable than the extra year? To me, yes, it is.
Well, apparently Fafita's wife comes from Penrith.
Oh, there you go. Signed and delivered.
Sign David Fifita.
Yeah.
You are now a Penrith Panther.
Yeah.
Done.
I don't know, we'll find out in the next day or two.
But I
Signed,
think
sealed, delivered.
you will see David Fifita, if he's at Penrith, warrant his $1 million paycheck that he's been all these years.
Well,
And you know what that's going to come down to?
if he wins a grand final, his stocks will go up.
It's going to come down to two things. Well, I'll say two things, but one name, Cleary, senior and junior. 100% the coaching and running off Nathan.
Yep.
And the Krispy Kreme donuts.
That's enough Penrith talk for now.
Yeah, move on, guys. Long-winded.
Yes. I could talk about it all day, but Adam wouldn't appreciate it.
No, sorry, Adam, it's a long show tonight.
There were 7 different officials in charge of the bunkers decision over the round 9 games. Why do you think there were so many, and is this why there are so many inconsistencies? In my opinion, the bunker should be a specialised role. Jason Carey.
The problem goes back to different understanding of the rules. Plain and simple. Because 1 week you see Abby Corritzhouse try, no try. Whereas the next week, that's Titans, was a try. So we're going back to again. There has to be sat down. Every single person in the bunker, say we've got 30 officials. There has to be a workshop, so to speak, or, where they do, maybe from, October it finishes. Okay. So say November, right through to January, where they're training and not just like, they have to understand the rules and they've got to all get under that one officiation of the rules. Otherwise, it's never going to change. They have to be black and white. The try, okay, his hand left, for example, his hand left the ball, it's no try. Okay. Bob, do you understand that? Yep, that's what it's going to be. Mary, You know, everyone has to understand the rules of the game. And when they're chopping and changing, this is where people don't know too. That this bloody barra constrictor rule or whatever they're bringing in, no one can get that right. With Greg Margie on the weekend. That's why he didn't get a penalty try, because of this obstructor rule and shit. He can't get it right.
Yeah.
This is what I said before with the bunker. You need an official, an ex-player, and an ex-coach, because you're getting points of view from all of them.
I got no idea.
And you need common sense as well as the rules.
That's not so common.
I got no idea. What about an ex-player, an official, and a nighttime podcast member? We'll get it right.
How much is it worth?
Depends what game they're doing.
Yes.
I didn't say who we'll get it right for, but
There'll be some bias.
It's like the Dally M judges. You don't know who they are.
But remember, on the weekend, obstructor, is that what it's called? Disruptor.
Disruptor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Obstructor,
Oh, yeah,
disruptor.
oh, look, there was an obstructor, and some ref was laughing at me.
It was actually. Oh, speaking of refs, what was going on with that linesman on the weekend?
Which one? The one that had his eyes painted?
No, it was at the game. You wouldn't have seen it. We're sitting there and we're watching the New South Wales Cup team. This linesman just, like, put it in, dropped it back again. He's running really fast, but he's looking like that, just staring at us all the way along there. So if there was someone on the side of the field, he would have went bang, hit
I
it.
don't know, I wasn't watching him.
Was Ronald McDonald laying on the ground at the
Yeah,
time?
probably.
No, remember, we were looking at him and we're like, what the hell's going on there? He was like, "Bzzz." I don't know, maybe someone in the crowd he's looking at, but it just happened to
No,
look
I
at
can't
that.
His
remember.
mum's there and just, she's proud of him. And
Maybe, not on that one.
Hey, Mum, how are you?
Anyway, Gaz,
That's it.
that's it.
That's it for Gazbag.
Yeah.
For another
Anyway,
week.
we'll take a short break and be back shortly. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's time for a bit of humour, and not from Portia.
A soldier ran up to a nun. Out of breath, he asked, "Please, may I hide under your skirt? I'll explain later." The nun accepted the request. A moment later, 2 military police ran up and asked, "Sister, have you seen a soldier?" The nun replied, "He went that way." After the MPs ran off, the soldier crawled out under her skirt and said, "I can't thank you enough, sister. I hope you will understand I don't want to go to Iraq." The nun said, "I understand completely." The soldier added, "I hope I'm not rude, but you have a great pair of legs." The nun replied, "If you had looked a little higher, you would have seen a great pair of balls. I don't want to go to Iraq either."
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Remember that one.
The Ripper.
I liked it.
Another one?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll try harder this week. Charlie was installing a new door and found that one of the hinges was missing. He asked his wife Mary if she would go to Home Depot and pick up a hinge. Mary agreed to go. While she was waiting for the manager to finish serving a customer, her eye caught a beautiful bathroom faucet. When the manager was finished, Mary asked him, "How much is that faucet?" The manager replied, "That's a gold-plated faucet and the price is $500. Mary exclaimed, "My goodness, that is a very expensive faucet. It's certainly out of my price range." She then proceeded to describe the hinge that Charlie had sent her to buy. The manager said that he had them in stock and went into the storeroom to get one. From the storeroom, the manager yelled, "Ma'am, do you want a screw for the hinge?" Mary paused for a moment and then shouted back, "No, but I will for the faucet."
Oh.
Jeez. Yeah, go for the expensive ones.
Is that you for this week?
You got to have one more.
You got one more?
No, because that was bad as well.
Yeah, that was
I'm
good.
just not feeling it.
I thought it was good.
I liked it.
You can film my faucet later if you like, but anyway.
Look at Josh's face.
Anyway,
Gold plated.
gold member they call me. Anyway,
Gold member.
yeah, that was good. I enjoyed them. Thanks again for this week for your hard work. And who the Panthers got? The Doggies.
Yeah, you ask me that every week and I have a mental blank, but yes.
Yeah.
Panthers A team against Panthers B team.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon the French, but I think that's going to be a good game, to be honest.
I reckon,
Hope so.
I reckon I'll all be up for it. The ex-Panthers, and I'll be up for it. Yeah.
And I tell you what, I'm liking the inclusion of Kurt, man. I'm
Yep.
liking the way he's playing, so I reckon it's going to be a good game. I think Panthers will be too strong, but
I think Crichton's going to have a monster game.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm afraid of.
No, it'll be a good game. Good game.
Still hurts watching him play.
No, yeah, it always does, but yeah, it gives you more teams to want to watch. And
He's such a nice bloke, though.
maybe after Tuttle, we should try and get him on one day. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you next week.
Maybe.
Oh, you'll be here. She'll be back. All right, guys, we'll take another short break. Be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. It's that time of night again. It's time for Chalking Schmidt. And who we got there?
We've got the resident homo Corey.
Well,
We didn't
he
say
said
that. We didn't say that.
No.
We were thinking it. How are you, Corey?
Not too bad. How you going? I just finished work and just on the way. Well, I'm actually home now, so it's all good. How you guys going? Good.
I hear you're coming back next week. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
You're back on full time. Can't keep away from us.
No, looking forward to it.
Gary's just started going all funny.
Gives me a break.
Did he?
Yeah.
He wants to dress up with me again, doesn't he?
Speaking of the fact, we
just
only
talk
had that
about
on
it.
earlier. Yes.
Bring that up.
I was just being told about,
Yes. Wasn't there a bet you lost with Gary that you both had to dress up? Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we might just have to do it for again. What do you reckon, Gaz?
You sound all keen for it.
deep down, Gary's keen for it.
Yeah. Well, unless it's double or nothing.
No, I reckon Dean should get the camera and we'll dance through, holding hands through, go down the escalator or something and go through the mall and back up the escalator and hide real quick.
So it's just a regular day shopping for Gary and Corey.
Yeah.
Anyway, mate, what's your question for us?
All right, guys, I just want to know who's your smoky for the Origin this year? Anyone in particular that comes to mind?
I'd like to say Mitch Barnett. I would like to, but Dylan Edwards too, but I'm not sure if they will actually get in it. But I'm going to put a smoky out there for the Queenslanders. And say Kurt Mann at 14. I know it probably won't, but
Well, he's been playing pretty good football at the moment at the Doggies, and I can't believe the Knights actually let him go.
yeah, well, we won't go there. But yeah, he wouldn't be out of place there, that's for sure. He's a Queenslander, and the way he's playing, he can, come on, play anywhere from 1 to 13. So,
Probably one of the best utilities around, isn't he?
Mr. Fix-It, NRL Mr. Fix-It. So that's mine.
Someone that's played there before, but has been since dropped and whatever else. But Hudson Young.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, he goes all right.
Yeah, I'd like to see him back in the Blues jersey. It's what you need, a bit of mongrel, and
Well, that's what I like about Barney being in there. Barney brings a bit of mongrel, and he'll just go absolutely spastic, really, in Origin.
Yeah.
Gaz?
I got no idea, mate. No idea. Because Madge has taken over, hasn't he?
Can be Queensland too. Jermaine Elkin.
Yeah, I'd say he'd be there anyway, wouldn't
You'd think so.
he? Yeah,
He would in my team, that's for sure.
yeah. I like Jermaine Hopwood.
But yeah, it's could be anyone's game really. This one.
Who do you think, Corey?
Well, for the New South Wales, I've actually got a good one here. I know he's just come back from his drugs ban, but Bronson Sherry from the Dogs has been killing it this year.
Won't get it.
I know that, but he's a bit of a smoky.
Stephen Crichton and Trbojevic will. Hang on. But then you got. This is where it's going to get interesting. Trbojevic, and then you got
Latrell.
Crichton, but then you got Bradman Best.
Yep.
Well, he's the incumbent, isn't he?
Bradman Best should retain his spot.
Yeah, he's been.
But has Bradman been playing good? Has Bradman been playing good enough football though? Because Madge wants it based on form. So
Well, Bradman has been. Crichton has been in a dog side, I suppose.
Yeah.
And Turbo's been playing pretty good too. So like,
And he's not injured yet.
well,
no, that's
this week.
very surprising. He's not injured.
Anyway, mate, that's a good question.
for the Queenslanders, I was actually thinking that I know he's been there before, but Jaden Sewer. I know he's from my team, but he's been playing pretty good footy. Yeah, it has to be. But he's been playing good footy. It's not Zach Lomax. It's Jaden Sewer.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a good one. But, mate, good question. Thanks for your call. You are not in the draw for the $150 cash or the $250 voucher, thanks to Say Zing.
Well, I'll just get my own tattoo myself.
You can do
Are you
that.
gonna submit a tattoo like Chris, are you?
No, I was thinking about something else, but
Gary tattoo.
Gary in a dress.
yeah, we can do that if you want, guys. Just
What about an eel in a dress?
I'd rather
An
you
eel
address,
in a
thanks.
What'd you say, Corey?
a slippery eel.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Slippery gecko. Anyway, mate, appreciate your call, and we'll catch you next week and talk this dress business on the show next week.
Sounds good. I'll see you boys
See you, mate.
next
Cheers,
week,
mate.
or hopefully before that.
No worries,
All right.
mate. We'll talk to you then.
So, yeah, cheers.
All right,
See you,
mate.
mate.
Later.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
mate. All right, guys, caller number 2 there. Who we got?
Well, wasn't that a wonderful win on the weekend?
Oh,
For Parramatta.
as if we don't know that voice. How are you, champion?
Hello, team. How are we?
Oh, after that win, I'm pretty good.
Well, it was very, very wet, and so was the game.
Yeah, no, it was rather wet. We went and watched the all the grades play, so sat through it all, and it was a good day, but.
And I do believe I saw a person with an Unleash the Beast sign on TV.
Yes, actually, it was.
I did
Porsche.
see you, yeah.
Sorry?
No, I saw you, and I saw your lovely bride.
Yes, yeah, and Porsche was there holding the sign with Kylie, and then if you look closely, there was a numbnut holding a sign that was half crumpled up. That was Chris with the gamble time sign.
Christopher, what would you be doing crumpling it up?
I think he was drilling over the players as they were running out and got a little bit flustered.
You do that.
Maybe he was wiping your drool off the gamble poster.
That's what it was. That's what he was doing.
At least I hope it was drool.
How good are them signs, but especially the Unleash the Beast one.
Yes, where did you get them?
Our little merchandise guru, Mr. Sparkle, made them up for us. We did the design. He printed them up.
Well, I'm always a fan of a Mr. Sparkling person, so well done, Mr. Sparkle.
But also we can get them done in core flute and that, or whatever you want to, for if you want local stuff through our great sponsor in the sign shop as well. So
I wonder if I can get Unleash the Beast on my pants.
We should be able to work that out.
That's all Gary's one.
How are you, Silver Fox?
I'm very well, Simon. You?
Oh, I'm doing okay, thank you very much. But I'm a little bit concerned. I saw maybe Gagai might be going to the brown paper bag mob.
No, you're going to the bunnies. Oh, no.
No.
Sorry, yeah, no, you're right. Sorry, yeah, the Roosters, yes.
Well, they can afford everybody, can't they?
Yeah, well, they're even trying to get Fafita. We got Jason on the panel tonight too, Simon, sorry.
Oh, hello, Jason.
Simon, how you doing?
I'm fabulous, thank you.
I've heard so much about you.
Well, I hope it's been good.
Yeah.
Or maybe even a little bit naughty, but you know.
Bit from column A, bit from column B.
Well, let's leave the columns out of it now, shall we?
Sure.
Anyway, yeah, no, he's. I don't know why the Knights aren't going to offer him another contract, even if it's.
Well, I read they had no money.
Don't get it. This is what I don't get. We've got, really Ponga. Other than that, who's the high-profile players? Saifides, they're on big money. Well, they need a pay cut.
Yep.
But you look at the Roosters, they've got bang, 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 and still got $4 million to play.
Yeah, work that out.
Well, perhaps they need somebody at the Knights who can offer a car to each player, or some under-the-table deal that the Roosters get.
So
we could offer a schnitzel.
This year's Warrior Hargraves last year, so there's some money there.
Yeah, there is.
Not
There's a
that
couple.
much money, but
there's a couple going, but $4 million and still have all that.
Yeah.
We don't even have $4 million, for all of us.
No, I'd like to know their accountant. That's for sure.
I'd like to have one of their sandwiches too in the brown paper bags.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, where is the loyalty?
Yeah, well, that's it. They want loyalty in players. Well, the clubs have got to start doing too. And like, this has probably been his best year for a long, long time. He's playing exceptional football. Like, I just don't get it. I really don't get why we're not signing him. And back to another one too in the NRLW. I'm not sure if you rule up on the women's stuff, but
I've heard of them.
Yeah, Caitlin Johnson's.
That's the other breed.
Yeah, hasn't been re-signed for this year.
She's one of them.
And she's probably she's like the James Fisher Harris or the Leo Thompson of the women's game.
Well, I just don't know what the powers that be are doing. They just seem to be completely inept at their job, losing players hand over fist, and it's well, maybe some people like a bit of hand over fist, but still, it's quite frightening that other teams seem to be able to pick up players left, right, and centre.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. But it's an interesting kettle of fish, that's for sure.
Yeah, is Gagai picked for the Origin, you think?
I reckon he will.
He will be.
I reckon he will be, yeah.
If he's that good for Origin, why is Newcastle letting him go?
We got no money, apparently.
With Gagai, it doesn't matter how he's playing for the club. He could be playing ordinary, but he pulls that Queensland jersey on and
goes to a different level.
He's a different beast. He's
He's an absolute demon. But, okay, if we got no money because it's all getting spent on, free players like the Saifidis are on $850 a year, well, I think they need to pick up when you got a bloke like Leo Thompson that's on $250 and running rings around him.
What's Brayley on?
What's Brayley on?
Big money.
He's injury. He plays well when he plays, but he's injury prone.
Who's that, sorry?
Brayley.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, he's
a
playing
great
good
brain
now,
for it. He's a very good brain for football, but he's a liability still.
I just don't understand. My point, how are we going to hold on to Leo Thompson and crew then? This is my worry. If we've got no money now, how are we going to hold on to Leo?
Exactly.
Like, Leo is going to be, I'm telling you now,
5, 6.
He's going to be one of the top 5 props of the competition next year. That's how good he's going to be. And how are we going to hold on to Pierce-Paul when he's the next, probably he's going to be the next best thing in rugby league if he keeps playing the way he is. Clubs are going to be sniffing on him. And then we've got another one called Will Price. Yeah. Will Price, when he comes into first grade, I'm telling you, this is a big call, but I'm going to go as far as he's going to be the next best thing since Andrew Johns. This kid, he's a talent. His father was a talent, and this kid can play. And you give him a couple of years, he's going to be an absolute sensation. He can kick goals from the sideline, and, yeah, we don't hold on to him and offer them money, they're going to.
Yeah.
It just seems to me as an outsider here in Toorak, I'm still in the AFL heartland, and I do love my football. But the team somehow is the organisation is almost scared to be risky and daring and try to get success.
Well, the thing is too, I think everything's just revolves around Caitlin Ponga, and it's not fair on Caitlin Ponga. That's a lot of responsibility.
But they also re-signed a coach for 3 years who's still hit and miss.
But that contract hasn't even started yet. So he's still around his old contract, and that new contract doesn't even kick in yet. Yeah. I just don't understand how we've got no money. Yeah. It just does not make sense. We've got no money, and realistically, we're playing some of our forwards too
I'd like to see the Knights top 30, what they earn, and put against the Roosters top 30 what they earn. I'd love to see the comparison.
Well, I know I go on about it a lot, but when you got a bloke that's earning $250, $250,000 a year, compared to someone that's on $850 a year, and he's running rings around here, that's in itself.
Jai Gray, Latrell Mitchell.
I don't know if the NRL would like comparisons in how many people are being paid, because it would probably
show them up,
reveal some uncomfortable truths maybe.
Anyway, mate, that's a good call, and it could raise quite a few eyebrows, and
well, it's got me for sure.
It could really raise a stiff comment, that's for sure. A stiff.
Yeah. it's a bit of a balls up.
Yeah, you know all about that. Anyway, you're in the draw running for the Sayers Inc. tattoo voucher or the $150 cash thanks to the Nighttime Podcast. So you never know, mate. Could be your lucky week.
Thank you so much, Big Dinas.
What tattoo would you get if you won, Simon, before you go?
Well, I saw one on Christopher, and which I quite like. Maybe I'll keep the theme going and get one of Christopher.
I'd pay to see that.
Well, especially after what we were talking about earlier.
Oh,
And get one on my bum. It could be a Vasar Solio tattoo. So.
What about Terence? Wouldn't he get a little bit on the jealous side?
Oh, well, Terence doesn't often see me from the back, so it's okay.
On that note, I think it's good night from Smitter headquarters. Anyway, thanks for your call, champion, and hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Lovely to talk to you, boys. Mwah.
Bye, mate.
Bye, Simon.
See you, Simon.
See you, mate.
Bye. Ta-ta.
All right, guys, caller number 3. Who we got there?
It's Shane, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, champion. Yourself?
Mate, I'm good.
Mate, what's your question
Mate.
for us, bud?
Mate, I want to know when it's going to stop raining when we go to the games.
Good one.
Yeah, well, we've got 4 weeks for it to get away from us, so that's for home games. But if they keep playing like they do in the wet, well, I'm going to turn the sprinklers on every game.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. It's been pretty good.
But, yeah, no.
Keeps the crowds away. The beer lines are low.
But, yeah, rain, hail, or shine, we all turn up, and it's 16,000 last week, and, pretty...
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, it was a pretty good crowd in that weather.
Tell you what, when the players get kitted up, just make them have a shower with all the gear on. Run out, play.
You run out wet, you reckon?
Run out, soaking wet.
Well...
Yeah, no, it's good.
You see the other week they were going, the Channel 9 girls were so brave in the dying condition, in these conditions. Yeah,
20 minutes with umbrellas.
They weren't even there. Yeah. They were up the tunnel half the time.
Yeah.
The people that...
Yeah, that's right.
The ones that they should have been saying were, was their cameraman. Their cameraman didn't have anything. But they're saying this and that, but they're up the tunnel doing it all. But, the actual brave ones were the ones that sat there for...
3 grades.
The 2 and 3 grades.
Who was that, Smitter?
I don't know. Last week we sat through the 2 again, but we go and watch every game, and rain, hail, or shine, and we don't just...
Yeah, we watch reserve grade as well, yeah.
Yeah. How good is Will Price going?
Yeah, he's going all right, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's going all right.
I just said there before, if that kid keeps going the way he is, seriously, he'll be as good as Andrew Johns in the long time, years to come, but he's got the potential to be as good as Johns, I reckon.
Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to the future.
100%.
With the Knights, I think they're slowly building, and I think they just need to hold on to a couple of those locals.
Well, as we got pretty good word there earlier on in the show from one of our gurus of the knowledge, is Elliott Lovejoy from Triple M. There's that Tyrone Thompson will be with us very soon.
Oh, very good.
Leo Thompson's twin brother. So, yeah.
2 sets of twins.
2 sets of twins, and he's as big as Leo too.
And I've seen Dane's look like he's moving elsewhere, maybe, possibly.
Unfortunately, it looks like the Knights are not offering him another deal. So, he's probably playing his best football he's played in, probably 2 or 3 years, and now they don't want him. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on there.
I think they're probably looking towards the future. I think young Fletcher and...
yeah, true, but apparently they're saying they've got no money in the cupboard, but... Where's it all going? Where's it all going? You look at the Roosters and other teams, and we got KP on 1.4, and we got Saifidis on 850. I do believe they probably need a pay cut when you got Leo Thompson on 250 a year. And Jaden Brayley's on some big dollars. Maybe we need to start looking at
sharing it around a bit,
and maybe on there. Some of them are on too big of money.
I know they cut one particular hooker. He went down to down to Penrith this year, and he's only playing in the grades. Like, he's not even playing in the Penrith squad. But young Noah, I think he played for one of the island teams, during the World Cup and whatnot, or the Pacific Championships,
All righto, yeah. So this is where I would say also back to maybe the highest played marquee player needs to be on something like 850 and no higher, and performance enhancing bonuses come through. You'll see a lot of players, especially like Latrell Mitchell, will start playing a lot better than what he is, that's for sure.
Well, we sat there the other week watching that Roosters game and just going through their squad and what they're actually being paid. Well, they're bringing in guys that, Tedesco didn't play. Manu moves back there to fullback. And you're thinking, how the hell are they paying these blokes? Like, how can they keep that under the salary cap?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or the sombrero.
But something's got to change. NRL's got to step in and do something. I'll tell you what, it's just killing it. Because as I said, you look at us and we had to get rid of Clemmer. We had to get rid of this bloke. Had to get rid of that to fit under the cap. But the Roosters don't. Even look at Penrith. Penrith are a victim of their own success. And now they're losing
100%.
everyone. But
and like they got young kids following through there. That's the big difference.
100%.
Which is we do too. You have a look at some of the teams. Like you name some of the teams in that NRL, and a lot of them are Knights juniors, or Hunter Valley juniors.
Well, I was saying that before about the Canberra Raiders. They got heaping, and then you look at some of the other teams out there. Got all former Knights players, but. I mean, you can't keep them all, I understand that, but we've still got to lock up the ones that we've got now too that, are a big part of our team, like your Thompsons, your even the Town English boys that have come through, even Adam Elliott, playing some good footy, but I'm a bit afraid that we might lose a few at the end of the year, like Jack Hetherington, because I don't think they like his mongrel. I love it. I think it puts bums on seats, and
I like it.
Yeah, I reckon we should hold on to Jack.
Well, no, I think the squad it'll turn. This will be 3 in a row this week if they go and win, but I still think they could tweak it a little bit more as well.
Well, I'm gonna head up to Tamworth and I'm going to take a heap of sprinklers. So if the boys start playing,
turn them on, mate. Turn them on.
Yeah, I'll turn the sprinklers on because they seem to be playing good in the wet weather.
That's it. It was quite good. The defence was good on the line. And they seem to enjoy it, so, yeah.
Mate,
you got to love your footy.
I hear you're a pretty big fan of the show.
Well, I am, yeah. Yeah, I do listen and watch sometimes.
And we're going to throw you an invitation to, when you're free one night, to come and sit on the panel.
Mate, I love that. Thank you.
So you get in contact with Gaz when you're free. And
no guns at all.
We're going to let you come in and have a couple of nice cold Little Dragons beer or Ironbark Brewery beers and enjoy the crew and get involved with it.
Mate, I will do. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the invite.
Too easy, champion, and enjoy the rest of the show and go the Knights, champion.
Will do. Yep, go the Knights. Hooroo.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Bye. See you, mate.
See you, mate.
I tell you what, I'm going to throw it out there this week. I reckon he rings up all the time, and I reckon we give the call of the week to Thyman.
Thyman gets it?
Yeah.
Has he got it yet this year?
No, I don't think he has, I think.
Nope.
Give him one.
No.
No, I'll give him you can give him
that
one.
too.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll take another short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, and it's time to get into a little wrap of this week, the week that's coming. I'm sorry we're going on late, but we just kept talking. We just love what we do and love the game and love the show, and we just get carried away.
Carried away every week, like we are now.
Oh, we love it, mate. We love it. But so does everyone else. Otherwise, we wouldn't keep coming back.
That's it.
Anyway, first game, Thursday night, 9th of May. The Dolphins against the Sea Eagles. This one, honestly, like Elliott was saying earlier, this one's going to be a hard one to tip. Even though the Dolphins are 4th and, they're 5th, it's going to be, mate, can the Eagles play that badly again? Second week in a row?
Couldn't.
I'm going to take the bin chickens in a tight one.
I was going to take the Dolphins in a tight one. I just think the
Dolphins have lost 3 of the last 4 at Suncorp.
so it's time for them to break their drought.
But Kenny Bromwich is back. Is that correct? Yeah.
Jermaine Osako, 7 tries in the past 7 games.
Actually, no. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I didn't realise. Beep beep. Herbie's back. Herbie Farmworth and Kenny Bromwich is back.
2 good players.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
Yep.
I'll just sway myself. Yeah. I think they're 2 big players that could.
You just turn like that.
Yep.
Talking to me, not Simon now. Moving on to Penrith and the Dogs.
The Dogs.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracker of a
Cleary's
game.
back?
No.
Cleary's back.
Panthers.
Panthers, but I still think the Dogs are going to. I reckon it'll
Won't be a walkover.
No, it'll be like last week's game when the Panthers played. Who they played last week? Sorry, South. Was it South?
Yeah, they put a score on South.
Yeah, but it wasn't until the second half.
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to be the same thing again.
Alamotti's back, centre.
Yeah.
Liam Henry's back.
So Alamotti, is he? Who's out for Alamotti coming?
Good question.
Ins and outs. I probably got him, have I? Yeah, but I would.
Isaac Targo's out.
Oh, Tago's out. That's
Tago's
right.
out.
He got suspended.
Yeah, so Alamotti's in.
Yeah. That is that's a good replacement, but I really rate that bloke. The games he's been playing, absolute crackers.
I reckon this game's going to be a lot closer than most people may think, and I think I said before, I think Crichton's up for a huge one.
Yep.
A huge game, and like he has all year, and I think he'll make a point of playing even better this week.
A good matchups, but you got Adokar and Tuttle, Kriaz and Sanara, Taruva, and then your forward pack. Fisher Harris and Josh Curran, Luke Garner, Villiam McKicker, Liam Martin and Salmon, Kurt Mann and Yo.
How good's Yo been playing?
Been sensational this year. I think he's played a bad game.
Does he ever let you down?
No. Never.
He'll be one of the first picked in the blue side.
100%.
Yep.
Moving on. Panthers for me, sorry.
Yeah.
Panthers.
Yeah. In a tight one.
Yeah, tight one.
Yeah.
This one might be a tight one. Eels and the Broncos.
Broncos on a Friday night. Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Huge surprise.
Wow.
They had the travel to do it, but Broncos, as much as I hate to say it, just
out there. I think the Broncos will be too good.
Just what we got out.
Corey Oates is back.
No, it's at Paris. Sorry, yeah. I don't know. Eels have lost the last 9 games without Clint Gutherson.
Oh, sorry, no, it's at Eels. I'm thinking it's at
Broncos.
I don't know, Gary. You ain't with a chance.
No.
I think the Eels will be too strong, but
Broncos have won only 1 of 4 games at Combank Stadium.
I might have to change.
Bryce Cartwright, 6 tries in his past 6 at Combank.
I like the inclusion of Corey Oates back, personally. I'm a big fan of Corey Oates.
I think they just got too much firepower.
And unfortunately, the poor old Eels are, a bit injury rubbish at the moment as well.
Starting to slide down the ladder.
So we'll come back to that next one. We'll skip that and come back to that last. Dragons and the Rabbits.
Dragons for me.
Yeah, this is an iffy one for me. I'm going to take Dragons, but not confidently.
You know what? I will take South. They've got to turn a corner at some point.
Actually, I'm looking at their team now.
Doesn't matter. I don't know if I look at it.
I like the inclusion of Shibasaki too.
Yeah.
Shibasaki is a very underrated player, and they've rushed him straight back into first grade.
Yep.
Straight back into first grade.
So
I will take South. I'll take South.
South's in a tight one. I'm with
South, I think, what's this? Dragons have won 2 of the past 11 games against the Rabbits.
South's in a tight one, but
Latrell Mitchell, 10 tries in 9 games against the Dargons. We call them Dargons now.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I do like the interchange of the Dragons, but number 14.
Cody Walker, 200th game.
Yeah, they'll do it just.
I think South will do it.
I'm a big fan of however you say him, Brown.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of him. We had him at the Knights last year and we let him go.
You just let everyone go.
Don't we all?
Honestly.
But I don't know why we let him go. If we're going to, we should have kept him. I know we got Phoenix Cross on that, but this bloke is a Kiwi and hooker. He killed it at the World Cup too.
Yeah.
These are absolute sensation. I think the bloke, I said to Kylie before, funny story, there was the day before it came out that he signed with the Dragons. I said to Kylie, look, Mitch Kenny's a great player and he's doing well at hooker. I said, but you really need to sign this bloke.
Yeah.
He wants to come over from England. Yeah. I said, he'll be a freaking gun.
Yeah.
You know, locking in with Fish and Moses. Next day, come out, he signed with St George.
Yeah. Saliva Havili, lock.
Yep.
South. I think it's a good inclusion. He's solid.
Yeah.
He's really good. But they do have a few out. Cameron Murray, Jai Gray, Dean Hawkins. But I just think they've got to turn a corner at some point, and I think they'll do it this week.
Thomas Burgess is going back to the interchange. Yeah, South's in a tight one. Very tight one. Storm and the Sharks.
Should be a good game.
I'd take Storm because it's down there at Melbourne. And yeah.
Yeah.
Any ins and outs on them? Or?
Nothing really significant except for Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen's out.
Jerome Hughes.
And Jerome Hughes, sorry.
Sharks.
And Toby Rudolph's out. He's gone a bit of form downhill of late, Tony Rudolph.
Oh, we can't speak ill of the Sharks tonight. I've been asked. Yeah, so sorry, Dad. It's them, not me.
Sorry, Toby Rudolph is playing some Rotherwell football.
I'm going for the Sharks.
It's going to be a tight one. Jeez. If it was at Shark Park, I'd probably take the Sharks, but because it's down there, I'm just going to take the Storm.
I will take the Storm.
Did you hear that, Dad?
I don't care. The Storm in a tight one.
Roosters and Warriors on Sunday afternoon, 2:00.
Warriors have got to come good soon, but
it's just not this weekend. Mitch Barnett back to the second row. I've been liking him in the front row.
Warriors have lost their last 7 against the Roosters.
See, what I don't get, okay, Connor Watson's been killing it. Connor Watson was probably arguably one of if not the best on ground in the comp last week. Pushed out for Victor Radley. See, I don't like that. Victor Radley should have had to come back from the bench.
Yeah.
I know Victor Radley's a good player, but Connor Watson's killing it.
I'm surprised Victor Radley hasn't been in the sin bin yet this week.
Oh, well, this week.
Leading up to the game. Just do it now and just get it over and done with.
But you know what I mean? Like, I know he's a pocket dynamo off the bench and that too, but I'm really looking forward to this because it's a return to Spencer.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Spencer Lino fan.
Yep.
I love the bloke. Oh.
Roosters will win. In saying that, the Warriors have won 4 of the past 5 games at Sydney venues.
Yep.
Sam Walker, streak of 18 consecutive goals.
Alrighty.
So, I think, Roosters haven't seen any key outs yet.
No.
No one's out of any note. So,
Titans and Cowboys. Flip of the coin.
Jeez. Oh, you know what?
I'm going to take Titans.
Titans, and what I said earlier about the last 3 losses, 4 points, 2 points, 1 point. They got the win in New Zealand. I think, if they continue with that form, I think, Titans.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a bit disappointed in the Cowboys.
They started on fire.
Yeah, they did. I just, they just, something's like missing for me, you know what I mean? Like
they're not clicking or something. There's just
like they're too hot and cold. I mean, I know the Titans are too, but
you got a couple of players that really put in every week. Ruben Cotter.
They're Chad Townsend's back, but
I mean, is he going to carry?
Yeah,
the rest of the team?
So where's old mate that we're talking about earlier? It's got the ours. Where's the next page? Jake Clifford, not each man.
Yeah, so Tanner Boyd's out for the Titans, but they got Chris
Titans.
Randall.
Take Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, Titans, yep.
Titans.
All right, guys, it's time for the Knights. We'll do a quick read of the Knights team. Number 1, David Armstrong. 2, Greg Margie, the machine himself. Dane Gagai, Bradman Best in the centre pair. Excuse me. And Anali Tuala playing some good footy, hasn't he? Like, he's never gets a mention that he should. Tyson Gamble and Jackson Hastings in the centre, in the halves there, that are starting to form a pretty good combination, I feel. Daniel Saifidi and Leo Thompson up front with Jaden Brayley at hooker. Tyson Frizzell makes his well-awaited return, and it's going to be huge for us. Kai Pearce Paul. Imagine, that's a good back row.
Oh, yeah.
Tyson and Kai, awesome. Then Adam Elliott. Adam Elliott's playing some sensational football. Phoenix Crossan, Jacob Saifidi, Dylan Lucas, and Brody Jones deserves his spot. Something severe. Feel a bit sorry for Jack Hetherington because I thought he's been playing pretty solid footy. So then we got Tigers. Anyone want to read the Tigers out?
I did last week. You can do it.
No, I can't see.
All right. Fullback, Jerome Buller. He's a gun, I reckon. He's going to be a gun player in the future. Charlie Staines and Brent Naden on the wings. In the centres, Stafford Totter and Justin Olam. In the halves, Lachlan Galvin and Jaden Sullivan. Your props are Stefano Atuakamanu. I don't know.
Close enough.
It's wrong. I'm sorry. It's wrong. And David Clemmer, Apasai Coruscant is your hooker. Samuel Finau and John Bateman in the back row. And Isaiah Papali'i locks the scrum. Your interchanges, Jake Simpkin, Alex Twile, Alex Seafarth, and Fanua Pole. Pole, something or other. Yep.
On paper, they're a good side, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be a cricket score, but I think the Knights will win.
It's a home game for the Tigers, but it's at Tamworth. So, could be neutral venue, you don't know.
Yeah, and, regardless... Tigers have been in the comp for a long time, so they're going to have fans, different areas as well. If the Knights forwards, Thompson, Saifidi can get going forward and match it with Clemmer, and I think we'll go a long way to winning, and I think we'll win by 16.
Okay, so the Tigers have won one of their 4 games at Tamworth, Scully Park, but the Knights have lost 4 of their past 5 away games. So,
so it'll be an interesting matchup. Clemmer and Thompson, Saifidi and Stefano. Last time we played, there was a bit of fireworks. What was that? Well, that was at Tigers. Went Tyson Gamble, and that had a bit of a run in with old mate there. But I'll take the Knights by 16. I reckon.
16.
Yeah.
The Knights. Yeah, I think the Tigers will be in it around the 50-60 minute mark, and the Knights will run over them.
And I reckon Tyson Frizzell's going to score a try in his return game.
I'll go on the Knights. 7 to 9 points.
9 points.
I think.
So they're going to kick 3 field goals.
Who's going to kick the field goal?
Don't know.
Frizzell.
No.
Why not?
Gamble.
Why not?
A gamble.
Gamble. I still can't get over that field goal from Tyson Gamble for Penrith. We would have won the game against Penrith if Cleary didn't get another one.
Yeah.
That was a freaking pearler of a goal.
Yeah. Yep.
I like the 1 pointer now and again because it just makes the other team got to score twice to get there.
Yeah, 100%. I'm a big fan of too. Like if you're getting close to the line and you've only got a tackle or so left, and there's only a couple of seconds to go, but you don't think you're going to get across the line, it's about to go to half time.
Snap it.
Yeah, I don't care if you're winning, even if you're losing by a couple of points.
Yeah, get a point.
And you think, oh well, that point, and then I come back on and score a try, and then I'm in front by that. It's point.
It's a point closer.
Yeah, that's right. That point could be the difference.
Yep.
So
could get beat by 17, but yeah.
Yeah, well,
Bennett used to say when you go up there,
come back
with some points.
Yeah. Well, that's our extended show for this week. Actually, we might take a short break and we'll be back shortly to wrap it all up. right, guys, welcome back, and that's our show for this week. But before we go, Gaz, Jace, got a couple of winners to go through for the fridge competition. Thanks to Shadow DeVille, who's not doing the pizzas and that anymore. He shut his shop down, but he's doing sauces and all that kind of stuff, so he's still going.
Into them soon.
Yeah, big shout out to him. We'll get him on soon and have some. He's also said he's going to make a nighttime podcast sauce. So,
get into that one.
I wonder what'll be in that.
Yeah, bit saucy, spicy,
juicy,
salty tears.
It's it after Gary
Yeah.
Parramatta.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Gary could say could get better with age, eh?
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. Age like cheddar.
Holy. Anyway, first winner is Karen Williams with Bradman Bass. That's winner number 1.
Yep.
Number 2 was KB Brown with her young daughter is in the Knights Sparkle Squad, I think they're called, the young cheer girl, so good on you. Future Knights cheer girl.
Yep.
And Kez Cuthbertson with Bradman Best again. So they were a couple of good photos that we found.
He likes a photo then.
Yeah, Bradman. He's very popular.
Yep.
But yeah, don't forget for the next few weeks, keep sending them in. Like, you know, everyone that goes in it is in the chance to win at the end of the year. There's
great prize.
Yeah, one of two fridges,
Yep.
like $500 fridges.
It's just one fridge. I'm taking one.
But yeah, that's us for this week.
Another one over.
Don't forget our Penrith trip. The bus is filling up quick. I think we've sold about near 20 tickets now, so there's only probably about another 15 left. So it's pretty cheap, $45 down and back on the bus.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you just got to buy your ticket in. You
spend more than that in fuel driving.
Yeah, and then tolls and wear and tear, and you can have a couple of drinks and fill up on Krispy Kreme donuts and sleep on the bus.
You're selling it well.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've come up, because it's an annual Crazy Lady event, we call it each year, we are taking the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a big thing on it, and we're going to have about 30 or so Penrith nighttime shirts to give away that day. So we're going to, give them out. They're actually some pretty good shirts. We design them. They got, all the Penrith connection on it.
Yep.
And coming up soon, we're going to do a giveaway for the Knights one. So we're going to have about, probably 30 or 40 of them to one of the Knights games to give away soon. So
when you're getting them, get a photo of it and send it in.
And we'll figure out a way how you can obtain one from the ground at us. It mightn't be just here free. You might have to do something to get it. So, but I tell you what, they're good shirts. Thanks to Mr. Sparkle, and jump on and have a look at our shirts and all our other merchandise available. But thanks again, guys.
No pleasure.
And Jace.
Cheers. Thanks for having us.
See you in a couple of weeks, maybe.
A few weeks. Yeah, I'm out for the next couple. So I'm sure the next person will be just as handy, if not better.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Corey's back.
I thought you were going to say more handsome.
That too.
No, Corey's back. Corey's had a few things over the last few months, and unfortunately he left the show, but he's realised he can't live life without us, and he's back full time. So
I'll be back in a few weeks.
4 regulars,
yep.
And then we'll have the 5th chair vacant for you, like yourself, every couple of weeks, and Kenny every couple of weeks, and the viewers. So
done.
Yeah. Unfortunately, says that means we've got to get a 4th ugly mug on the shirt.
Something like that.
Yeah, it does. Yes. Anyway.
Well, that's me then.
And
it's ugly.
Chris says, "Hold my beer."
Yeah. Actually, he'd be brilliant on a shirt, Chris.
And I think
thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Chris, for all your work. Crazy Lady, Adam, and anyone else that I've forgotten.
Portia,
your daughter.
Yeah, Portia. Yeah, she does a good job. Little chicken, and all of our sponsors,
callers.
Yeah, callers. Elliott does a wonderful job every week. Get out and get a schnitzel. If you want to have a barbie or some meat, Steak and Chops is the place to go. All your sign work through the sign shop. I will be getting my ute done one day. Or if you need a new car, Singleton Toyota. And anyone else I've forgotten? The gal. Yeah, so head out, Dom, and we'll catch you all next week anyway, because I'm off to bed. And
Yep.
yeah, we'll
things to do, places to go, people to meet.
Yeah, don't forget, get onto the on as well, and pick your winner and that, and you could also win a night's prize pack. And we have probably in a couple of weeks' time we'll do another member of the month draw. Our first member has got most of his prize. The rest of his prize will be back there this week, and we'll go for a new one after that.
Too easy, eh?
All right, guys. So until next week, it's all about league.
It's 3 hours on one night. The dog can bark its tits off any other night.
Did you enjoy Gary in the dress?
You proud?
Shave the eagle. And then shaved.
It looked like.
I tell you what, right? Next time I do mine, I'll send you a photo.
Well, somebody has to stop talking.
She's gone.
Oh.